Week number 2, and we're set for Marcus Freeman's debut inside Notre Dame Stadium, and he's already renewing tradition. Like old times, the team had Mass at the Basilica and walked across campus to the game day locker room. But a talented Marshall team awaits. It's the Thundering Herd and the Fighting Irish.
Go, Irish!
We're going to set high expectations. That's why we're going to do great things.
Football, coach! Unbelievable! It's time for me to lie. The Thundering Herd off to the races. Touchdown! Bring that fire! He's going in! Notre Dame does it again!
We're in this thing together. It's about right now.
Well, Marshall started the year with a 55-3 win over Norfolk State. Notre Dame coming off the loss to Ohio State and now return home for Marcus Freeman's debut. Jack Collinsworth with longtime Cowboys head coach Jason Garrett. Welcome to game day in South Bend, my friend.
Are you kidding me? A football Saturday in South Bend. Where else would you rather be, Jack?
Nowhere. And we all knew that Ohio State would be an immediate test. So how do you recalibrate when the season starts with a challenge?
Hey, the spirit and energy of the head coach pervades the whole football team. And if you know Marcus Freeman at all, he's got fantastic spirit and fantastic energy. A tough loss to Ohio State last week. They came back in on Monday, and they got back to work. One thing he did say was the team was angry all week long. He wants to see that anger out on the field today.
In Notre Dame's defense, they played great on the road. Tyler Buckner makes his first start. What do you think of his game?
Hey, the plan last week against Ohio State was to slow the game down, limit Ohio State's opportunities, play field position. Buckner functioned well in that environment, but look for Tommy Rees, their offensive coordinator, open up more today, and going forward, it's going to be fun to see how Tyler Buckner responds.
In Marshall, they are led by Charles Huff. He made his name at the top of college football, won a national championship with Nick Saban at Alabama. How can he find success on this field today?
Charles Huff knows what a championship program looks like, and that's what he's building at Marshall. Bring a lot of guys in there who love football and are willing to work hard to get it done. 24 transfers, 8 Power 5 guys who have played in environments like this. They're not going to be intimidated by touchdown Jesus. Look for the Marshall Thundering Herd to give Notre Dame their best fastball today.
And Coach Garrett, we are starting a new tradition this year as well. Catherine Tapp is going to lead the show with the U.S. Bank Countdown to Kickoff, celebrating alumni, football alumni that is, from both of these schools.
Coach thanks so much. We've got spirit and energy down here as well. I'm here with two-time Super Bowl champion Ahmad Bradshaw, standout running back for Marshall, and Chris Zorich, one of the best defensive players to come through Notre Dame, 1988 national champion. You guys are sporting the bling, and you're sporting the outfit today.
Hey, you know what?
Was
it's
behind
game
the
day.
decision to do
come
this?
on now. This is it.
This is it, and this is it. This is what it's all about, the atmosphere. You talked about it off camera a moment ago, the honor that this stadium and this traditional institution brings. Chris, you know that better than anybody. What's it like to run out of that tunnel on opening day?
Well, this is going to be an amazing feeling, right? So first, as a player, you got excited. But now think about Coach Freeman's first home game as head coach. I wish I could go to the locker room and like literally play for him again.
And nobody would love to play spoiler more than this Marshall football team. I mean, Ahmad, running out of this tunnel and also being a part of this atmosphere, what does it feel like to be in Marshall's shoes right now?
Oh man, this atmosphere is amazing. You know, I think Coach Huff has Marshall ready to go today, and I think we'll come in with the explosive offense and see what Notre Dame can do.
I love it.
And what Notre Dame fans would love would be to get the first win of the season, coming off the loss last week against Ohio State. Chris, what do you think the #1 thing is to focus on for the Irish today?
Well, I think it was a great test, right? When you want to be the best, you have to beat the best, right? They didn't win. They actually won the first half, but they actually played really well. And so you have a chance to kind of bring that back and cheer and make sure that you're going to be dominant throughout the season. And unfortunately, no better team than do it against today's team.
And cheering is exactly what we're hearing down here. Guys, the atmosphere is electric, 80,000 strong in this sold-out crowd for opening day. And Jack and Jason, let's head it back up to you.
Tab, fellas, thank you so much. That's a good-looking kilt right there. Are you kidding me?
I was going to say, Zorich in a kilt, you got to be kidding me.
I love talking to Coach Freeman about this moment. He said for 10 seconds, like you're back in pads again, until you get over to the sideline, you put that headset on, and the whole vision becomes clear, but he understands this moment, doesn't he?
Yeah, there's nothing like that feeling. You've worked hard all week long. You've prepared as coaches and as players. You're standing in that tunnel. You're trying to look like you have a cool and calm face as the head coach leading the team out, but the adrenaline inside of you, the emotions inside of you, there's nothing like it. Coming out of the tunnel here at Notre Dame, special moment for Marcus Freeman.
And he was telling us, he says he gets chills just thinking about leading this team out of that historic tunnel. But the demeanor on his face right now. So for the first time in the Marcus Freeman era, here come the Irish. In Marshall, they have great football tradition in the state of West Virginia. This team looked the part to start the season. First time in Marshall history. A trip onto the turf at Notre Dame Stadium. It's Marshall and Notre Dame. Kickoff when we come back.
This has been the U.S. Bank Countdown to Kickoff.
It is a perfect day for football in South Bend. It's great to have Zora Stevenson with us on the sideline this season. She's with Notre Dame head coach Marcus Freeman.
Coach, you just ran out of that tunnel into Notre Dame Stadium for the first time as head coach of this historic program. What were the emotions?
Whew. There's a lot. It's probably too many to describe right now, but well, I'm excited. I'm excited for this football program. I'm excited for this university, and we're ready to roll.
The stadium's excited. They're chanting your name. Now to the task at hand. What do your guys need to do in order to get it done against Marshall?
We have to start fast. That was the challenge we had to them in the locker room. We can't wait. We can't ease into it. From the minute the foot hits the ball, we got to go.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Zora, Coach, thank you very much. Start fast. Exactly what's on Coach's mind right now.
Hey, you got to start fast, you got to play well in the middle, and you got to finish strong. That's what you got to do each week to be successful, and that's been a big emphasis for these guys all week long. I love Marcus Freeman talking about the emotions. One of the things you think about when you're in those situations is all the people who helped you get there, and he has many in his life, and he just has an amazing spirit that pervades this whole program. It's going to be fun to see these guys play today.
So Marshall wins the toss. They will defer. Notre Dame will receive. Chris Tyree, always dangerous back deep. Reese Bierhoff will send us into this Saturday afternoon.
Got the drop kick Murphy's in the background, Jack.
I knew you'd enjoy that.
It's electric here in South Bend.
And that kick will fly directly over the head of Chris Tyree. So let's meet the Fighting Irish. Offensively, here's what it looks like. Lorenzo Styles, the hottest wide receiver in this group at the end of last season. Entire offense goes through Michael Mayer. Pass game, run game goes right there behind him. Jarrett Patterson back in the lineup this week. All of those men right there over 300 pounds.
Good to get Patterson back in the lineup after missing last week. He's been their leader, moving from center to left guard.
There is Tyler Butler leading the show. Audric Estime was the first tailback in a week ago. See Logan Diggs over there in the slot. Start with it empty. Slings it out. Braden Lindsey. It's complete for a gain of 5. So Butler in week number 1 at Ohio State, 10 of 18 for 177 yards. Completed his first 8, then 2 for 10 the rest of the way. What do you think of the approach with the young quarterback?
I thought they did a good job last week early on in the ball game. Unfortunately, as the game wore on, they punted their last 6 possessions. They couldn't keep up with Ohio State when it got to the critical moments in the fourth quarter.
And Logan Diggs right there beside him. Give goes to Diggs, who is spun down immediately, and it will set up a 3rd and mid-range for Tommy Rees.
This will be interesting here. It's a 3rd and 5 situation. Look for Notre Dame to stay on the ball. They want to be in up-tempo for most of this game. I would anticipate Marshall playing some man-to-man coverage in this situation. We saw a lot of it last week against Norfolk State. It will be a real test. It's man-to-man across the board.
Trips to the right of Buckner. Tyree in motion, looking back to the left side. That pass complete to Lorenzo Styles, who is right at the line to gain, and the chains are moving.
Hey, Jack, you like running routes against man-to-man coverage. Buckner sees that it's man. Styles has got great speed. He has the drag route, puts it on his front number, and they're rolling.
Tommy Rees said that first down, they will get straight into the up-tempo, and here we go. Lorenzo Styles, another reception, and another 1st down.
Lorenzo Styles on short passes plays to his strength. Very fast, very elusive, excellent run after the catch. And again, they're staying with tempo. They're on the ball.
And Styles had that early catch against Ohio State. Broke loose for a 54-yard gain. Hot start here, too. Chris Tyree stays in the backfield, using him as a slot wide receiver often a week ago. Bring him across, give him the football in those jet sweep type plays. More of a true tailback role here to start. Buckner looking deep down the field, has a man and throws it over the head of Jaden Thomas.
Great opportunity here. They had Jaden Thomas in the slot. Again, it's man-to-man coverage, that inside fade. They call it a big box fade. Looked like there might be some contact at the end of that thing. But to me, that's a missed opportunity. Jaden, one of the best route runners. Got to make sure you give him a chance on a ball like that.
Now Audric Estime in the backfield on a 2nd and 10.
You notice, Jack, they're on the ball, but they're getting the play from the sideline after you see the defensive look.
Give goes to Estime. Marshall defenders in the backfield, and they will make the stop. Sam was there. Barber was there. And as a group, they get Estime down.
Excellent job by Marshall on the defensive, on the right side of the Notre Dame offense, setting the edge, not allowing. Look at that. You kidding me? Let's get rid of that. Not allowing Notre Dame to get to the perimeter. We got 3rd and 10.
Now Buckner, 3rd and long, has pressure in his face, gets away from it, and then spun down to set up a 4th down in mid to long range. Coach Freeman said that he would be aggressive in plus territory. This, though, a bit too much as you see the punt group make their way out onto the field.
One of the best things Tyler Buckner does is run. The quarterback scramble has been big for him in his playing time here at Notre Dame. Makes a rusher miss, but a lot of white shirts around the ball. I think this is a good decision by Coach Freeman. Let's play some field position here.
John Sott on the punt. See if he can pin Marshall deep. Good week punting against Ohio State, and this time gets it down to the 10-yard line. That is where Marshall will take over offensively. 0-0 ball game to start. Start fast, not exactly that offensively. Able to pin Marshall deep, though, and this is what the lineups look like for Marshall. All goes through Corey Gamage, led Marshall in receptions and receiving yards each of the last 2 seasons. Al Golden had him on his mind first, trying to stop the Thundering Herd. Offensive line, Dalton Tucker is the captain of this group, although they lost 125 combined career starts. Their left tackle, left guard, and center no longer with that group.
Charles Huff was quick to tell us they've lost a lot of starts, but a lot of these guys rotated in and played, and they're a relatively experienced group nonetheless.
Henry Columbia, the quarterback, and Kalan Labor, the tailback just beside. On 1st down give, it's Labor off the right-hand side, and he runs into a group of Irish defenders and brought down after a gain of 5. And a week ago for Columbia, 24 of 26. One of the best games a quarterback has played in Marshall history from an efficiency perspective. And they got off to a very hot start offensively in week number 1. Now Columbia to the air, and that pass is just behind Keaton and unable to hang on.
Columbia's a good story. He's a veteran guy. This is his 3rd school. He started at Utah State, then he went to Texas Tech, and now he's here at Marshall. He's a veteran guy. You can tell just the way he plays. He has a good understanding of the game. He progresses through the routes. He sees the defense. He's got a good feel for playing. It's a big early 3rd down for Marshall.
And you hear that Notre Dame crowd rise to their feet for this first 3rd down. Trips to the left of Columbia. Standing tall in the pocket, going right back to Keaton and over his head.
Starting fast on defense, they play man-to-man coverage, and they do a really nice job handling that bunch. It's a veteran group back there in the secondary. They allow those release patterns to happen. They lock in on their guys. Columbia was high on the throw. It's a good defensive stop by the Irish.
It's the Northwestern transfer, Brandon Joseph, back deep for the Irish. McConnell sends it deep, and the fair catch called for at the 41-yard line. Good field position for Tommy Reese, Tyler Buckner, and the Notre Dame offense on their 2nd drive of the game. Geico, view from above Notre Dame Stadium. So this offense is on the shoulders of Tyler Buckner. He told us yesterday he feels like he has more confidence after Ohio State. Everything feels less stressful after living moments like that. Even going through practice this week, he thought all the drills, a lot more confidence, and wants to go deep with that confidence right now. It's Braden Lindsey downfield, incomplete. Andre Sam back there in coverage.
Hey, he had a shot now. They go play action naked. You see him, he comes here, and the receiver runs across the field. Lindsey's got speed. Tyler's got to throw him open a little bit more. You see the ball's a little bit behind. Defender comes back and makes the play. The biggest thing, we've talked about starting fast. The biggest thing for everybody on offense, not just the quarterback, is to execute ball plays one at a time. When you do that, that's when you get momentum. That's when you get energy.
Michael Mayer in motion, couple tight ends in the formation. This is Estime trying to go to the power run game here. Andre Sam been very active early, makes the stop.
He is active. Andre Sam comes from the edge here. You see him out here, and he just really disrupts the play. And he's a guy, when you watch this team play, he's a good cover guy, but he's really disruptive as a blitzer and in the run game.
Trying to replace 7th-round pick Nazeeh Johnson, who's now with Kansas City. Empty look for Buckner on 3rd and long. Looking to the right side, he wants Jaden Thomas, and Thomas able to get his hands underneath it. Pass complete, and with it up for that 1st down.
Jaden Thomas is a guy who they rave about, his route running ability. He pushes up, drives the defender off, and works back inside. Again, the Irish are on the ball.
Staying with that up-tempo look, it's Estime. Penalty marker flies from behind the secondary, a couple of them.
Illegal substitution, defense, more than 11 players on the field, 5-yard penalty, repeat 1st down.
And one of the byproducts of going fast is if the defense wants to substitute, you can trap them on the field. Picture Peyton Manning back in the day. They were doing it all the time. So once the Notre Dame Fighting Irish see a defensive substitution, boom, they go fast and they snap the football. They're running on and off. The Irish just simply have to get aligned and get it snapped. Excellent, excellent work by Tyler Buckner orchestrating all that.
And Buckner very honest with us. Said he loves this up-tempo stuff. Feels like he can get them in a base defense, get a lot clearer picture from that quarterback spot. Heavy look offensively here on a 1st and 5. Buckner gives. It's Estime who breaks it to the left side and picks up 4.
Love this. One of the strengths of the personnel for Notre Dame's offense are their tight ends. They go 13 personnel, meaning 1 halfback and then 3 tight ends in the game. They put them all out there and they just hammer the Marshall front.
Get a look at Eli Raridan, the true freshman tight end. Great fall camp. So excited about him as Buckner keeps it himself. And another first down for Notre Dame.
Jack, this is not easy on a defense. You use that big personnel, those 3 tight ends. You're in a condensed formation on first down. Then you spread it out and you go fast on second down. And then on top of that, it's a zone read by the quarterback. It's hard to keep up with. Excellent job by Tommy Reese and Tyler Buckner, using their personnel and using their tempo.
Tommy Reese has been liking this empty look. See him peek over to the sideline, get the official call. It's exactly what Coach Reese said he wanted to do in this game. Estime now back into the backfield with Buckner. Give goes to Estime, and he breaks through that first level and gains 6. Let's go down to Zora.
Well, Jack, let's talk about how competitive this Buckner family is. Scrabble is now banned from the household. Tyler said everyone was battling so hard it just became bad for the family. That's what happens when a bunch of athletes try to play board games. He's got a lot of athletes in the family.
Zora, loved that story too. Everything he kept hearing from the coaching staff, how competitive Buckner is in practice. Now this time hit as he throws, looking for Michael Mayer over his head. And Buckner took some shots in week number 1 against Ohio State and played tough. That was Isaiah Gibson that time on the rush.
Tyler Buckner loves being in empty formation. We've seen a lot of it early on in this ball game. Critical when you're in empty is that you protect. Marshall goes with a little line game up front. A little twist between the tackle and the end. Free rusher on the outside. Disrupted Buckner in the pocket.
Another 3rd down now to start. 3rd and 5. Here's Buckner. Estime keep it on the ground and swallowed up by that Marshall defense. Jace Bobo, Owen Porter, both there defensively.
Hey, it's decision time right now for Marcus Freeman. You got 4th down. As we take a look at the last play, Marshall does an excellent job getting a lot of hats to the ball. A lot of white hats getting to that football. Swarming Estime on that one. Now we got a 4th down. Marcus Freeman's going for it.
And you got the sense 4th and 2s, 4th and 1s that Freeman would go. This is a 4th and 4 and still thinking go. Said that he was comfortable kicking a field goal with Groupie from 50 yards out.
Sometimes they call this the gray zone. Jack, you know what the gray zone is? It's the zone that puts gray hair on your head as a coach. You got to make these decisions. You know, the 31-yard line, okay, it's going to be a 48, 49-yard field goal. Groupie's done a nice job. We like him. You know, that's not an easy kick. You want to be aggressive. You want to attack. We talked last week, hey, we're going to be conservative. We're going to play field position. Marcus Freeman told us this week we're going to go for it in some of these situations. Here's his first opportunity. He's true to his word.
Up here watching that scrimmage. Groupie hit from 53 a couple times. And yesterday we said 53. Is that about the range? He said, I'll go with 50. 50's a little more comfortable, but right here, he wants to leave the offense back out there.
The kicker's always more confident than the coach is. I like this decision here. At some point as a head coach, you got to make the decision to back up your words all week long. We're going to attack. Here we go. We're attacking.
Estime, the tailback, Michael Mayer to the slot, lined up just to the right of Buckner. Buckner drops, protection's good, plenty of time. He's looking down the left sideline, and this pass is incomplete. Braden Lindsey over there around the football, and Marshall will take over on downs.
Hey, Marshall goes man-to-man coverage. Lindsey by himself on the edge. Very good job by Gilmore pushing him wide. Big time stop by Marshall.
To you by Jersey Mike's. I thought it was funny talking to Coach Huff. He said, even recruiting right now, a couple of things that people know about this program. It's Randy Moss, it's the movie We Are Marshall, but Randy Moss always brought up by these recruits. How about that combination with Pennington?
Well, there's amazing history and tradition with this program. We Are Marshall about the tragic plane crash in 1970, but so many great players as this program reestablished himself. Pennington, an 11-year vet in the NFL, fantastic player. And Randy Moss, what do you say about that guy? He and Jerry Rice, two of the best ever to play.
Yep. Chad Pennington, And now it's Colombi at the quarterback spot for Marshall. And Devin Miller, the tight end, in motion. They call him the big fundamental over there on the outside. Give it to Layburn up the middle. Nice gain, pickup of 6.
Jack, Layburn's an interesting story now. This was a 5-star running back coming out. Charles Huff actually recruited him at Penn State. Went to Florida State, had some injury history. This is an outstanding football player.
On 2nd and 4, back to Layburn. A huge game 1, as did Ethan Payne. And I like they said, FSU to junior college. And he was driving Uber at junior college and working at the lumberyard. And coach said he loves Marshall. Said it's way better than the lumberyard. He's been had a smile on his face ever since he got to campus.
Just watch this guy play. Quickness, power, explosiveness. You see the 5-star all over him.
One of only 3 5-star recruits on the field, and a pickup of 3 on first down.
We touched on Charles Huff bringing in 24 transfers here to Marshall. He said we wanted to have a history with everybody. We recruited him, we had him, somebody knew him in the building. He knew Layburn, he's happy to have him here.
And now Ethan Payne into the game. North-south runner, give him 2. 113 yards and a couple touchdowns a week ago on 10 carries.
Really important for Marshall to quiet this game down. And the way they're going to do that is by running the football. It's an excellent 1-2 combination with Layburn and Payne. Both of them at 100 yards last week. Off to a good start today.
And Colombi has been looking at Keaton early. 3rd down now. Corey Gamage has been his favorite target. Bottom of the screen, caught a touchdown a week ago. 3rd and 5, keep it on the ground with Payne, and he's close to the line to gain, maybe just short. And a decision now for Marshall.
Yeah, I think he's short, and I don't think there's a decision for Marshall. They're going for it, they're going fast. They want to get on the line of scrimmage and snap this thing.
See the ref there pausing the game for a second now. To the ground, Notre Dame defense stuffs it though. Layburn, the ball carrier, and the Irish believe they have the stop, and they do.
Jack, you made a great point there. Marshall wanted to go fast. The official comes in and slows it down. Allows Notre Dame to get themselves set. And then the Notre Dame defensive front simply beats the Marshall offensive front. There's some edge pressure on the side. Brandon Joseph makes contact in the backfield. A huge stop for the Irish.
And Al Golden was just raving about Brandon Joseph. We met with him yesterday, so they got here right around the exact same time, so they've been able to bond on that. Said he earned respect and leadership fast. Easy to do it with plays like that. Now Buckner operating from the pistol. Give goes to Logan Diggs around the right side, and Diggs fighting just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Can't tell you how impressed I am with how Marshall's defense runs to the football. We talked about a lot of Power 5 transfers. They're all over this defense. It's a defense that plays fast. They're physical. They sprint sideline to sideline, and a lot of guys are around the ball. We've seen it early on in this ball game.
2nd and 10, keep it with Diggs, and once again, Marshall's defensive front battling at that line of scrimmage, and so far they're winning.
You look at it, there's a lot of edge pressure. Here they come. So not only are they doing a good job against the offensive linemen, there's some edge heat coming from both sides, disrupting these runs before they get started. And Notre Dame finds themselves again in a 3rd and long. Looks like it's going to be some zone coverage by Marshall.
Buckner 0 for 3 on deep throws. Pressure in his face, and Buckner goes down hard. Jace Bobo on the pressure. Micah Abraham there to join him from his cornerback spot, and Buckner winds up on his backside.
Hey, 3rd and long. There was a soft look to the secondary. Then the linebackers hit it. Here they come, right in the A-gap. It's a 6-man pressure. One more than they can block. We talked at the outset that Marshall was going to give Notre Dame their best fastball, and I think we're seeing it really in all 3 phases. These guys are not intimidated by this environment one bit. Off to an excellent start.
Loss of 8 will back up John Sott. It's Talik Keaton, celebrated punt returner, back deep. He may get a chance with this one. It's going to bounce, and Keaton will just step away from it as the ball rolls out of bounds, just about the 20-yard line, where Marshall offense will come back out. This defense of Marshall, athletes all over the field. Huge stop there.
To Notre Dame football by raising a pint of Guinness, a proud partner and official beer of Fighting Irish alumni and fans. Please drink responsibly.
Well, so far the toast has been to this Marshall defense flying around the football field. First thing you notice flipping on the film against Norfolk State, they have players and they're playing so far. Here's Keaton, swing it out to him, been the favorite target. He'll pick up 7 on first down.
Hey, just to finish up on Lance Goodyear, the defensive coordinator, former head coach at McNeese State. DNA of the defense is attack, sprint to the ball, and heat, and more heat. We saw it last week against Norfolk State. My question was, does it translate against Notre Dame? So far in the first quarter, it has.
Now a 2nd down and 4 for Columbia, doing a nice job staying ahead of the sticks. End around here, it's Caleb McMillan, who is their power running back of the receiver group, and he has enough to move the sticks.
And let's flip it around to Clint Trickett, the offensive coordinator at Marshall. I like what they're trying to do. It's run the ball with Layburn and Payne, and then bubble screens and fly sweeps, just to try to neutralize this Notre Dame defense. Good mix so far. They have Notre Dame on their heels.
Pace from Notre Dame, pace from Marshall. Columbia on the move, has a man complete. It's McMillan once again, this time in the pass game. And a big pickup there on first down. Out near midfield goes McMillan.
It all kind of fits together. That run game was successful for him. The fly sweep motion, they throw him a little sneak route. McMillan, excellent run after catch.
Gain of 18 there. Back to the ground, Layburn carrying defenders with him, and a pickup of 6 once again.
One more time on the offensive coordinator, Clint Trickett. His dad, Rick Trickett, very famous offensive line coach at Florida State, West Virginia, LSU. He's a coaching legend. Clinton learned a lot from his dad. He's a young guy. He's got a good feel for offensive football, and we're seeing it today.
Right back on the ball. Columbia swings it out wide. This is what Golden was worried about. These wide receiver screens, a key to the game. And Montgomery is still on his feet, or so you thought. Stepped out after a big pickup again, and it's this screen game, getting the ball to these wide receivers in space.
And that was one of the 3 areas for Al Golden. We have to win the perimeter. A lot of bubble screens. Excellent work by the Marshall receivers blocking the Notre Dame defenders. It's like a big pitch out. You throw it out there to that guy in space. Again, a lot of good run after catch by these Marshall Thundering Herd receivers.
Wayne Charles Montgomery in motion. Now back the other way. Columbia looking deep downfield. Has a man. That pass is caught for the touchdown by Corey Gamage, pending the call. A penalty marker down just before Columbia let the football go.
Illegal formation, offense, more than 4 players in the backfield, 5-yard penalty. It's still first down.
That's an absolute killer right there.
Terry McCauley, we got to get you in the broadcast one time. What did you see on this play?
Marshall has 5 men in the backfield. You can't have more than 4, Jack.
Simple as that. You see Montgomery come back across the field, and Gamage got him with that double move. All for naught. Now 1st and 15. Columbia, play action game, has a man complete, and another first down broken off. It's Jaden Harrison.
Just love how Marshall is complementing their plays. These runs have been successful. This is the RPO off the run. The play that just called back was a double move off of the bubble or flat they've been throwing early on in the ball game. So a good mix by Marshall. And again, Notre Dame's just trying to keep up.
Here's Columbia. Give goes right up the middle. It's Layburn. These first down carries breaking off big chunks.
It's an excellent mix, but there's a quieting nature to continue to run the ball at this defense.
2nd and 4. You see hands on the hips there defensively as they try to get line right back up. And Leyburn going to set up a 1st down and goal. No answer so far. I mentioned the 125 combined starts on that offensive line they're missing. New guys, and they are making an impact into the 1st quarter with Marshall in scoring position. Notre Dame finds himself on their heels early. For 4 on this drive for 57 yards. Leyburn's been cruising as well. What are you liking offensively?
I love the compliments. I love how they're running the ball. Then they go RPO, run, pass, option. Columbia pulls the ball and throws the slant. I love the bubbles and then the bubble pump. Hard to keep up with these guys.
Gamage matched up with Cam Hart. Columbia going to keep it on the ground. It's Leyburn. This time he's stuffed at the line of scrimmage by the front of Notre Dame. Ademilola with the stop. Justin.
And this is where this Notre Dame defensive front just simply has to step up and make plays. Excellent job by Ademilola there, staying square, understanding it's a zone read. The quarterback is reading him. Once he hands the ball off, react to make the play.
Heavy backfield now for Marshall. 2nd and goal. Leyburn remains the tailback and moves to the left. Give goes to Leyburn right up the middle. Touchdown, Marshall.
How about that? 10 plays, 79 yards. Starts with this run game. To be able to run the ball at Notre Dame like they have. Awfully impressive by Marshall. Some different looks. There's a lot of stuff to deal with when you have that inverted wishbone look that they like to use here. Splash a little water here, hand the ball to Leyburn. He runs it in the end zone.
Here's Reese Veerhoff on to kick. He was perfect with extra points in week number 1. Not this time. He missed it. So the Herd lead will sit at 6 after that drive. How about that drive put together by Marshall against a veteran Notre Dame defense that's deep?
It was impressive. I think it starts with the tempo that they use. There's a lot of variety to what they're doing both in the run game and in the run pass option game. Notre Dame stepped up on 1st down. Marshall not deterred. They come right back. And give this offensive line of Marshall some credit. This is a veteran defense. It's a veteran defensive line. And these young guys, these inexperienced guys without a lot of starts, they're coming off the ball and they're hitting the Notre Dame Fighting Irish in the mouth, controlling the line of scrimmage.
And Coach Huff was pretty clear. We may be losing all those starts, 125 combined starts. I understand it. But these guys coming in have played a lot of football. Might not have been at the beginning of the game. We rotated them in throughout the course of the season, and they felt pretty good about this group they had coming in.
And sometimes as a coach, you're telling yourself that. You're trying to convince yourself of that. But clearly, there's a comfort level these guys have playing individually, but maybe more importantly, playing together. It looks like a real clean, cohesive unit.
And could wind up being a big moment with the missed extra point. Mark that one down. It's a 6-0 Marshall lead. And Buckner still trying to find some sense of rhythm. He has taken some shots early, just as he did at Ohio State to begin the season. Kick return was an issue in that game, and here's Chris Tyree, see if he can get back on track. Has some space down the left side, now cuts it back up inside, out across the 30-yard line. Down to the 33 goes Tyree. And don't miss the Primetime Emmy Awards, live Monday, 8 Eastern on NBC and Peacock. Red carpet coverage begins live at 6 Eastern on E!
And now the challenge goes back to the Notre Dame offensive line. 11 rushes, 12 yards so far in this ballgame. This Marshall defense, they're active. There's a lot of defensive line movement. There's a lot of pressure off the edges. Hard to get this run game started. The guys in the gold hats got to come off the ball and start owning this line of scrimmage.
Irish have been very thin at wide receiver. Need somebody to step up and make a play for the young quarterback. This time they flip it to Lorenzo Styles on the end around. Plenty of space out in front. Here goes Styles pressing that gas pedal across the 50. And Notre Dame with their best play so far on offense.
Love the call by Tommy Reese. Tight ends over here going this way. Let's bring Styles around. and flip him the ball out in space. Good work by Estime, getting the block. Good work by Lenzi out on the edges, giving Styles a chance to operate.
And right back up on the ball after a pickup of more than 20. Empty look for Buckner. Taking his time, protected well. And that pass is caught by Michael Mayer, his favorite target. Those two share a backyard, live right next to each other. Gotten to know each other very well this past year with that. Bauman as well, a roommate of Mayer. And the pace continues.
Taking a look at what Marshall's playing on defense and adjusting the call. A lot of different tempos for the Irish.
Chris Tyree, the tailback. Buckner looks to the right towards those traps, and that pass is intercepted. Micah Abraham had a pick a week ago, and Abraham in the first half, another interception. Told you about those NFL bloodlines. His skill set is unique, and he stole it away.
Hey, this is carbon copy of last week. You look at Micah Abraham outside. It's a hitch route by the outside receiver. Abraham is simply looking at the quarterback's drop. When the quarterback stops, he stops and drives on the ball. His old man Donnie taught him well. Big play by Abraham.
A lot of us, when we're for the Irish, those bloodlines, Stephon Gilmore, Stephen Gilmore on this team, Micah Abraham, Donnie Abraham, and both of their relatives great at those takeaways as well.
Yeah, and Micah made the same play last week. He's peeking the quarterback's drop, and when the quarterback stops, he drives on the ball. That's a veteran savvy move. When you grow up with a guy like Donnie Abraham as your father, you're going to learn some of these things, and it shows up in his play. He's an awfully good player out there.
Here's Ethan Payne, the tailback. He's from just about 40 miles from Marshall's campus. Fake it to him, swing it out to the outside. It's McMillan on the grab. In space again, and this time he's swallowed up, but not before a gain of 7.
I keep hearing Al Golden's voice in my mind. Win the perimeter, win the perimeter, win the perimeter. They're not winning the perimeter right now. The bubble screens, the quick screens, all the stuff that gets Marshall out in space, Marshall's winning on. Notre Dame has to start making some plays and disrupting this offense. They're in a flow.
Columbia gives. It's Payne again, but he is stuffed immediately. J.D. Bertrand read that one from his linebacker spot and was there to meet Payne.
Clint Trickett's trying to keep this Notre Dame defense honest by running the ball inside. Notre Dame's up to the challenge. Defeating blocks inside. Bertrand's got great instincts and feel. Really a productive linebacker for the Irish.
Now a 3rd down and 5. That Notre Dame defensive front shift, and Columbia wants to look toward the sideline. Columbia takes the snap, forced to hold the football. Now pressure starting to get there, takes off and runs with it. Slides late, and he's hit by Bertrand once again. It's going to bring up a 4th down and 3 and see how aggressively Marshall wants to play it.
Columbia has some sneaky escapability. He doesn't look like the fastest guy, but he senses where the defense is. He finds a little crease and gets himself going forward. Another one of those big decisions by Charles Huff, and looks like he's going to play field position here and punt it away and see if his defense can trap the Irish back in their own territory.
So John McConnell back on to punt, and we'll send it deep to Brandon Joseph. Joseph in there on that stop with J.D. Bertrand as well. And the ref will slow things down, not entirely sure why, and back to the punt of McConnell. Joseph steps underneath of it, calls for the fair catch just inside that 10-yard line. So Buckner, after the interception, see how he responds. Down 6. On the Rise, brought to you by Hyundai.
Love Andre Sam here. Their nickelback coming off the edge. Transfer from McNeese State. He played for Lance Guidry there. And then the interception by Abraham. Peeking into the backfield, reading the quarterback's drop, and driving on the football. It's an NFL play. It's an NFL play. It's a great understanding of how to play man-to-man coverage from an off position. Good feel for the game by Abraham.
Heavy formation here. Buckner's going to keep it himself. Penalty marker comes out. Buckner has space out across the 30. We will await the call.
Illegal block in the back. Offense number 83. The penalty is half the distance to the goal. First down.
I really like the drive starters that Tommy Rees has used in the last two drives. The around to Styles was a big play, and then you come back with quarterback run, playing to Tyler Buckner's strength. Jaden Thomas gets called for the penalty. Now the Irish find themselves in the shadow of their own goalpost. Forget about starting fast. Let's execute one play at a time here. That has to be their mindset.
And this was not the start to this game Marcus Freeman was envisioning. His debut inside Notre Dame Stadium, backed up here. Keep it on the ground with Diggs, and Diggs able to shake one defender loose and pick up 5.
Just really impressed with the movement and the athleticism of this Marshall defensive front. Notre Dame has some big, strong guys on that offensive line, but the guys in the white shirts, they're slanting, they're moving around, they're hard to block, and a lot of them around the football. Impressive job by Lance Guidry and this Thundering Herd defense.
Buckner has been hit on 4 of his 12 dropbacks. This time, slings it out to the right side and has Lorenzo Styles. And Styles across the 25, able to make the first man miss, as he does so often, and get a big gain.
Hey, that's what Styles does best. They come right back to that same route, that hitch route that just got intercepted. Credit Tyler Buckner just to cut it loose. Styles excellent with the ball after the catch.
And that time, Micah Abraham was the one who missed the tackle. Flags fly early.
Prior to the snap, false start. Offense number 84. 5-yard penalty. It's still first down.
Bauman that moved.
Just seems like there's a lot to overcome. The penalty on Thomas after the quarterback run to start the drive. Bauman gets caught flinching here. You find yourself in a 1st and 15. You simply need to take a breath, execute the mechanics and logistics of the ball game, and get into a little rhythm here.
So backed up again, 1st and 15. Lining up, taking their time, getting those calls from Tommy Rees. He phones them down to the sideline, to the signalers, down the sideline. This is Braden Lindsey. He has been a favorite target on those deep balls. Micah Abraham, great coverage once again.
Hey, Lindsey can run. It's the second time in this ball game they've taken a shot down the field. He wins. He's a little wide on his release, allowing the defender, Abraham, to push him to the sidelines. Becomes a little bit of a trick shot. A little bit of a grab by Abraham. You're not going to call that. You got to make that catch on the 50-50 ball. Good defense by Abraham.
Abraham's 13 pass breakups since 2021 are tied for the most in the entire FBS. Stay with this 2 tight end look with Bauman and Mayer. Here's Logan Diggs, and Diggs dances, and he's stopped. Just a gain of 3, trying to work the middle again.
Understand what Tommy Rees is trying to do there on 2nd and 15. Let's run it, see if we can get some of this thing back. But now you find yourself in a 3rd and 12. Notre Dame on the ball. On the last 3rd and 9, Marshall brought heat and sacked Buckner. Let's see what they do here.
Buckner protected well, stands tall in the pocket. He wants Styles, who is short. Missed him. It's incomplete. Gilmore there in coverage, and the offensive struggles continue.
Lance Guidry, defensive coordinator for Marshall, dials up zone there. Not a lot of places to throw the ball down the field. Buckner tries to check it down, and incomplete. Irish punting again.
If you're Tommy Rees calling down to talk to Tyler Buckner, what are you saying at this point as John Sott comes on to punt?
The biggest thing you're trying to convey to him with the tone in your voice.
Deep punt here. Deep punt. Heaton backpedals settling inside the 10-yard line. I want to get right back to that question on the other side. Marshall up 6 in the second quarter.
Into another Saturday of college football. In preparation for the matchup with the Irish, the Marshall football team was actually inside Notre Dame Stadium last night, something they don't usually do. It was a chance for the players to walk around, take pictures, absorb the history of this place. The point of it all is that when they ran out on the field this afternoon, they're not looking up in the stands, distracted by the atmosphere. All the oohs and ahs are done, and it's clear the exercise worked. Marshall's playing football today.
Zora, I am with you, and Coach Huff said his wife gets on him. You got to learn to appreciate and enjoy these moments. And enjoy this first down completion here as they get another pickup of 6, staying ahead of the change. This time it's Ahmed with the grab.
And I think it's just good coaching too. A lot of these guys never been to Notre Dame. Touchdown Jesus, the Golden Dome. There's a lot of history here. Let's get all the cobwebs out of our head yesterday, so we put our clothes on today to come to the stadium. We're ready to go and play our best football, and they've done that so far.
Colombi fires that slant route, and the pass is caught by Gamage, who has been his favorite target. Really their best wide receiver on the outside. They knew each other going all the way back to high school football in Florida.
Hey, they're on the ball again, and loves that big target. Gamage, 6'4", possession receiver. Throw that slant to them. They're hard to defend.
Here's Colombi, drops, protected, well, plenty of time. Now he's rolling right, taking his time. Colombi, finally, that pressure gets home. It's Jack Kaiser, who was just being patient with his rush, and when he hit that gas pedal, he got there in a hurry.
Colombi's a veteran guy. He's experienced. He sees the field. He knows when to escape. I don't like this decision at the end of the down. Once you get out here and you got nothing left, simply get rid of the football. He's trying to make something out of nothing. Give Jack Kaiser credit. Running right through his chest and making the play. Sometimes as a defender, you get caught up in the pump fakes. Not for Jack Kaiser that time. Big play for the Fighting Irish.
Kaiser, Mr. Indiana football back in 2018. 2nd and 13 now. Back to the run game, and Leyburn able to pick up 5 yards off the left side of that offensive line.
It's an important 3rd down for Notre Dame. They get the sack, and they get Marshall in a 3rd and long. It's the importance psychologically of being able to get off the field quickly and then give your offense another opportunity. This is a big play in the ball game.
You like bringing pressure here?
It looks like Notre Dame does. They're all around the line of scrimmage.
Al Golden is leaning on that pressure against Ohio State, these 3rd down situations. Colombi has pressure in his face. Just bring 4, and he gets it complete, but not enough for that 1st down. You had Tariq Bracy there in coverage. They just raved about his first game of the season. Al Golden loves him.
Yeah, I love what Al Golden does here. It looked like pressure before the snap. A lot of gold helmets around the ball. Ends up being a 4-man rush. Adam Alola, he has excellent get-off, excellent quickness and power as a pass rusher from that defensive tackle spot. He and his brother, both New Jersey kids out of Jersey City, making a play there.
Here's McConnell on the punt, and he just shanks this off the right side of his foot, and that punt is going to drift out of bounds at the 44-yard line. So with good field position, can the Irish offense get back on track? We'll see. 5:03 in the first half.
Nerds.
Team change the past one leap at a time. Don't miss the premiere of the new series Quantum Leap on NBC and streaming on Peacock. So for Tyler Buchner, his role in this offense a season ago, essentially glorified Wildcat. Now he has to operate the entire passing game. Where are these struggles coming from?
Well, it's the Notre Dame offense. They have not controlled the line of scrimmage, and he certainly has not gotten into a rhythm here. Let's see if they can get something started here.
And they'll keep him on the ground. This is what he did best a season ago. And Buchner breaks off a 1st down on a 1st down carry.
And you said it. Love what Tommy Rees does right there. Let's get him doing some things that he's really comfortable doing. Okay, this is zone read. He reads the defensive end, the end man on the line of scrimmage. If he collapses with the run, he tucks the ball. That's when he plays his most comfortable football. Let's see if we can get him doing some of those things, and maybe the rest of it will follow.
Still have an opportunity to take the lead if they can put together a touchdown drive before halftime. Buckner makes one man miss, and he'll pick up 8 yards there. So back-to-back runs by Buckner and finding success.
I think the other byproduct of this thing is it's going to help the run game as they go forward. A lot of commitment by Marshall to defend the run. A good decision by Tyler Buckner, reading that defensive end. He collapses, I keep it. Good blocking on the perimeter as well.
Man moved early on that defensive front of Marshall. Had Watts, who came up out of his stance and draws the penalty marker. Looks like they're going to have a conference about who may have left first. Josh Lugg over there across from him.
Offside, causing the offense to react. Defense, number 19, 5-yard penalty. First down.
Hey, Jack, I know you're an avid golfer. Sometimes you squeeze the club too hard.
Yeah.
You know, you just grip it too tight.
Oh, yeah.
You know, sometimes you just got to take a breath and loosen up, and hopefully this quarterback run game is going to allow Tyler to do that and just get into the flow of playing.
Looks right back over towards the sideline. Estime standing to the left of Buckner. They'll fake it to him. Now Buckner fires down the middle. It's Michael Mayer, his favorite target, and hits him inside the 15.
Love this RPO. There he is, Mayer right there. Back this way. Tyler pulls it and rips it. Mayer makes the contested catch in traffic.
His 71 catches led the Irish in 2021. Got to get him going. Back to Mayer. Breaks the tackle. Now the end zone in front of him. If he can just get there, and he stopped just shy. Mark him at the 1-yard line. Michael Mayer broke the tackle of Isaiah Norman.
Love what Tommy Rees has done here. The quarterback runs with Buckner, and then get it to your best offensive player, Michael Mayer. First down the seam, throw him a flat. He'll break a tackle and do the rest. Get it to your key guys. They're going to make the plays for you.
Back up on the football. Keep it with Buckner. Penalty marker flies as Buckner goes into the end zone. You see the ref taking his time, and he's going to go check with the call.
Defense. The penalty is declined. Touchdown.
Get Buckner moving downhill, and everything looks different.
That's it. And Jack, you said it at the outset. Was a glorified Wildcat quarterback last year. Let's get him doing that. He was pretty darn good at it. Awfully good here. Makes an excellent decision. 3 quarterback runs got this drive started. Throw it to Michael Mayer a couple times, and then let Buckner finish on a quarterback run again. Great mix by Tommy Rees.
Here comes Groupie, transfer from Arkansas State. All the confidence in the world, standing at 5'7" and $156. Irish take the lead. 7-6 ball game.
Hey, they're using tempo.
To halftime.
Let's find that guy, the best tight end in America. Catching the ball in the seam, then throw it to him in the flat. He breaks a tackle and goes looking like Mark Bavaro. And then get the ball to Tyler Buckner, and he does the rest.
Send him deep. And Talik Keaton back deep to receive the kick. And Keaton, he's hit hard just as he crossed that 22-yard line. Tua Alamaka, who made the stop. So Tyler Buckner, and Freeman was clear that they didn't want to use him as that style of runner all season like they did against Ohio State. Those plans can change in a hurry, and very successful with that strategy on that drive.
Yeah. What makes football the greatest game in the world is it's a team sport. Everybody's in on this. And Tyler Buckner and Tommy Rees, they kind of got their heads together and said, let's get back and let's do some of that stuff we did last year. It's going to help the offensive line. It's going to make me more comfortable. Oh, by the way, let's throw it to the best tight end in the country. Let's do some of those kinds of things. You start executing ball plays, the energy comes, the momentum comes, you execute better after that. Really good drive by the Irish.
See how Marshall wants to play this. Columbia 8 straight completions. And they'll go to the ground and nothing there. Maybe give him a yard. J.D. Bertrand there to meet him. Howard Cross as well.
And now Notre Dame steps up on defense. The strength of this defense is that defensive line. Impressive defensive tackles inside, playmakers on the edges, showing up there. Like Marcus Freeman calling a timeout here, he has an aggressive attacking mentality. 2:51 to go in the half. Let's stop these guys here. Let's get another scoring opportunity.
So your Marcus Freeman home debut, this crowd had been very flat. That touchdown drive has changed things. Start slow, finally get it going. What's running through your mind?
I think the biggest thing is you have to understand that it's a 60-minute game, and you're always preaching that to your guys. It's all coach speak, I get it, one play at a time, but it's real, and that's what you're trying to instill in your guys. Play through the success, play through the adversity of the game, pick each other up. All those things that you preach to your blue in the face, they come alive. Marshall was not daunted by this experience. A lot of veteran guys coming in here. You mentioned Charles Huff. National championship with Alabama. He's been in these environments. A lot of these guys have. They've come in and given Notre Dame their best. Now Notre Dame has to respond to it. The offensive drive and the start of this defensive drive have been impressive.
On 2nd and 8, trips left of Columbia. He rolls towards the trips. Taking his time. Now he's going to take off and run with it, headed towards the out-of-bounds line and gets there close to the first down line. And they're going to mark him just short.
Looks like they're going to get on the ball like they did before. Sometimes that you can catch the defense on their heels a little bit. Marshall's going fast.
It's a big 3rd down right before half, and they're able to pick this up on the ground with Leyburn.
You get on the ball as Notre Dame's getting down, trying to get a line. You run a simple ball play that doesn't require a lot of identification of the defense. You hand it to them, you win the line of scrimmage, and you roll. Good job by Marshall.
It's easy to operate your 2-minute drill when you've been playing like that all half already.
Absolutely.
Columbia gives Leyburn once again, and Leyburn spun down by Isaiah Foskey. Tackle may have been illegal as the penalty marker comes out. Did he grab that face mask?
Well, I think he got a horse collar. Well, maybe it's a face mask.
Personal foul, face mask, defense number 7. 15-yard penalty is added to the end of the play. Automatic first down.
Foskey worked down the line of scrimmage. Yep. Pretty obvious he got him on the face and pulled him down. It's a good call by the officials.
And that'll move him across midfield. So the drive that came to a 3rd and 1, now very threatening.
Sometimes what happens when you're on the offensive side and the defense calls a timeout, they say, all right, you want to call a timeout? Okay, here we go. You're giving us an opportunity. That's how Marshall's looking at it right now, and they're responding the right way.
Fake it to Payne. He then picks up that blitz and fires it to the outside. It's Gamage. Gamage over there with a couple defenders around him. Clarence Lewis among them. That's another first down for Marshall.
Gamage is a big target. Columbia loves throwing it to him, but it starts with protection. There's pressure inside. Good work by Payne stepping up and blocking that linebacker up in the A-gap. Handled the pressure well. The corner was off. Columbia delivered.
There's a player down on the field. It was Trent Holler, the transfer from ECU, Eastern Carolina, who was walking towards the sideline under his own power and finally just laid down about a yard away from the Marshall side of the field. We'll step aside. 1 point, Indy lead.
We are the early risers, the go-getters, the all-nighters, innovators, the pioneers of the future, leaders uniting all to work together, creators, the artists that inspire, champions, we never stand down from the challenge, family, with a bond that will last a lifetime. We are
So Holler walks over towards the tent, and they will check on him as this drive continues. It's first down here for Columbia. See who replaces him on that offensive line. It's Palant, who's going to line up at the left guard spot next to Osborne, the center. Palant, redshirt senior, 6'4", 325 out of New York. Clock winds now with $1:30 remaining in this half. Colombi gives, and this is Labor who breaks it back to the left side, has space out in front of him, and gets out of bounds after gaining the first down. DJ Brown finally forces him out.
Labor's got excellent quickness, but he also has very good change of direction. One of the things Charles Huff told us, he's working his way back into playing. Hasn't played in a year and a half, but you see a lot of that elite athletic ability coming alive here in the first half for Marshall.
And all of that juice that had returned to this crowd. Now very quiet in this building. Colombi looking left and fires, and that pass is caught over there by Gamage, and now he is slow back up to his feet. Crawls over to the Marshall side.
This is an excellent drive by Marshall. Notre Dame calls timeout with 2:51, and they respond the right way. It's been a good mix of run and pass. High percentage throws benefit by the penalty, but they've certainly taken advantage of it.
See how they operate now without Gamage. Trips to the right. Colombi steps up in the pocket, has a man complete. This is Jaden Harrison, who's down to the 5-yard line. DJ Brown in coverage.
It's a great look at the protection up front. Colombi sitting in the pocket, and then Harrison, the outside receiver, coming in on the in-cut. Lets it clear out and delivers a strike.
11 straight completions, and now Leyburn is tripped up. It's DJ Brown from his safety spot who got there into the backfield. And a timeout here by the Thundering Herd.
I like the timeout by Marshall here. 29 seconds to go. Give yourself a chance to take a breath. The tempo has worked really well for you. Okay, but you don't want to get down here in this low red zone situation on a second down and just start flopping around. Get into a play that you like. You still got another timeout you can work with. See if you can knock this thing in the end zone.
And coming up on the All-State halftime report, some great ones from either school. Ahmad Bradshaw, Chris Sorich break down the first half. Catherine Tappan as well. You see him over there on the sideline. You got Fighting Irish karaoke. How well do you know your alma mater? And kilts to go along with the party.
Hey, I was on a lot of football teams that were trying to block Chris Zorich and tackle Ahmad Bradshaw, and we did not have a lot of success. Zorich was not wearing the kilt back then, though.
Opening broadcast, I did not think we'd say kilt twice to begin. 30 seconds left, second and goal here for Marshall following the timeout. Irish take the lead with their previous drive. Now Marshall trying to answer. Gamage back into the game. Colombi gives. Here's Leyburn, runs into the teeth of the Notre Dame defense, and they stuff him right at the line of scrimmage.
Hey, same formation they scored on earlier in the ball game when they were down here. Notre Dame ready for it that time. Set the edge of the defense. Turn the runner back inside. Now they're in third down. Another timeout by Marshall.
We got a player down on the field, taking a knee.
It's really an impressive play by that Notre Dame defense. You hear people talk about setting the edge to the defense a lot. And really what that means is the gold hat of number 8, Leofau's got to be outside of the white hat of the guy trying to block him. And once it is, it's going to turn the runner back inside to where all the help is.
And that's Chris Smith. He's the transfer from Harvard. He's making his way over to the sideline. One of 2 transfers from Harvard. Played a lot, played well against Ohio State. Part of a good stop for that defensive front. And they'll check on Smith. Now third and goal.
Good look at Al Golden, the defensive coordinator for Notre Dame. Been an outstanding coach in college football and in pro football for a long time. His troops need to make a big stop here.
Leyburn to the left side of Colombi. Fires this fade route over towards Gamage and too far to the left-hand side. Incomplete. It's Tariq Bracey in coverage and covering him well.
And now a decision here for Charles Huff. And I think if you throw the fade on third down, you have in your mind, if we don't get it, we're going to go ahead and kick the field goal. If you run it there to try to get it closer, then maybe you have a decision on fourth down. He wants to come away with points. It's a good response to the Notre Dame. Notre Dame has their best drive. They go down and score a touchdown. Marshall doesn't blink. They're not hearing the echoes of the ghost here at Notre Dame. They're just playing ball. It's a good response by them. They're trying to go into the locker room at halftime ahead.
And Veerhoff missed an extra point earlier. This not much different, and gets back on track right down the middle. 2-point Marshall lead with 15 seconds remaining in this first half.
Been awfully impressed with this Marshall team. And we said it right from the outset. A number of players from Power 5 schools on this team, 24 transfers, 24 freshmen, 48 new guys. And for Charles Huff to put this thing together as quickly as he has, it's awfully impressive. A huge win last week against Norfolk State, a different opponent this week. These guys have responded the right way. They're your Power 5 transfer, starting with the quarterback, Columbi, Layburn, all across the board, both on offense and defense. They have players. And not only do they have players, they're playing the game the right way. Credit Charles Huff.
And Huff felt like they could lean on those transfers. Guys that had played in these big games didn't think they'd be intimidated by coming into Notre Dame Stadium. And so far, he's right.
I think the most important thing in football is teaching your team to play through the successes and the adversity of the game. Notre Dame has done that, a good response by their offense, but couldn't be more impressed with Marshall. Their mental toughness is to come back and respond and get points here before the half.
Chris Tyree and Lorenzo Styles back deep for Notre Dame. Veerhoff will send it deep, and this kick looks to be returnable. It's Lorenzo Styles. Styles across the 20, still has some space, and he's brought down at the 27-yard line. Okay, so you're Tommy Rees going into halftime. What conversation are you having with Tyler Buchner after this first half?
I think the biggest thing you're trying to do is just simply build on that last drive. Obviously, it's not the start that Notre Dame wanted. They weren't in very good rhythm running the football or throwing it. A lot of self-inflicted wounds, some pre-snap penalties. But their best drive was their last drive, and they have to simply build on that. You have to be able to go to the next play. Learn from your experience. Go to the next play with the right kind of spirit. I believe the Notre Dame Fighting Irish are going to respond the right way in the second half of this game.
Buchner, great protection, fires down the field, has a man. It's Braden Lindsey, who's diving for the football, and just beyond his outstretched arms, falls incomplete. Could have been a huge moment before halftime.
Hey, you make a decision with 11 seconds to go. You know what this play is right here, Jack? It's the 7 pump. They're trying to make it look like they're going to run a corner route. He puts his foot in the ground and breaks back to the post. In the middle part of the field. Excellent protection by the Irish offensive line. They just missed it. Missed opportunity for Notre Dame.
And here is Tyree, who's brought down. And Freeman was clear. That takes us to halftime. Clear that he wanted to take more shots in this game. They are 0 for 5 on deep balls in that first half.
Take a look at Tommy Rees. He knows what he has. He sees it. Been there before.
The All-State halftime report coming up. A lot of conversations going to be coming up in that locker room as well for the Irish. Find themselves down. From the first half, and essentially every category belongs to Marshall. The rush yards, the pass yards, total yards, time of possession. You also have the Buchner interception thrown in there. So Marshall comes into Notre Dame Stadium and outplays them for the first half of play. Let's take a look at the quarterback comparison brought to you by Under Armour. And Columbi has been phenomenal in a Marshall uniform.
He really has. 11 of 14 today. Couple that with 24 out of 26 last week in the ball game, we said at the outset, he's a veteran guy. He has some savvy, he has some understanding, and you see that in his play, making a lot of good decisions, a lot of good throws when he needs to. He makes some plays with his feet. He's been impressive.
So from week 1 to week 2, his 87.5 completion percentage is the highest in the FBS. Columbia likes this offense.
He sure does. And give Clint Trickett, their offensive coordinator, credit too. It's been a good mix of the run and the pass. Al Golden told us we got to win the perimeter. I think the Marshall Thundering Herd has won the perimeter. So it's a good mix. It's a good balance. Columbia's orchestrating all of it.
Columbia will step right back onto the field. Yoakum sends it deep, and Talik Keaton from the 10-yard line is going to call the fair catch and bring the ball out to the 25. Let's go down to Zora Stevenson.
Marshall head coach Charles Huff came into this football game saying, hey, Marshall cannot beat Marshall. He felt like his guys did that in the first half. In the second half, he wants them to continue to grind, lock in. He says this is where our depth shows up. For Notre Dame and Marcus Freeman, he told his guys they were not playing hard enough. He said, Marshall's playing harder than you. Do your job. He charged his team. Win the first 4 minutes of the third quarter and win the fourth quarter. He says if they do that, it'll be over. Guys.
Zora, thank you very much. And Coach Freeman mentioned this week that he thought the players were angry. Still looking for that angriness to translate into good football. See if the defense can begin that. They'll start with Laburn, who turns it back up inside, and instead it's Marshall getting off to a good start in this second half. Brandon Joseph finally drags him down.
Marcus Freeman has talked about winning the middle 8. If you reflect back on their bowl game last year at the Fiesta Bowl, they were up big at the end of the second quarter and did not play well down the stretch of the first half. And coming out in the second half, it's been a point of emphasis for this team. And Jack, you just said it. That's not the way they want to start on defense.
Notre Dame brings blitz, swing it to the outside, and that's Charles Montgomery, who is brought down by Tariq Bracy, who has been all over the field as he was in week number 1.
Absolutely love Tariq Bracy. He plays that nickel spot and he comes down, and we talk about winning the perimeter. He goes inside the blocker. If you go inside to make the play outside, you better be right, and he certainly was there. Typically, you want to set the edge by being outside of that blocker. He makes the play nonetheless.
Felt like Bracy smiling every day. One of the best performances that they had on the entire defense when they took this team up to Ohio State. Now Columbia, play action, taking his time, protection breaks down, scrambles to his right side, has some room out in front, gets close to the line to gain, maybe just short on the scramble.
This is where Columbia is so impressive to me. They wanted to go double move to the left side. He doesn't get it. He resets, and then he uses his feet. And again, he doesn't wow you as a foot athlete or a speed athlete, but he's awfully productive escaping. He makes yards, he makes the first down, he gets out of bounds.
And based on that spot, they do pick up the first down, as you said. Here's Columbia, pressure in his face this time, and Foskey has him and will not let go. Foskey drags him down. The star of that Notre Dame defense shows up big there.
It's an outstanding play by Foskey. They go naked to the left-hand side, and he runs Columbia down, and he's not going to let him get away this time. Your best players have to step up in these kind of moments, and Isaiah Foskey did right there.
Trying to run down that all-time sack record of Justin Tuck, and those two very close. Foskey was saying he feels like Tuck sets the gold standard of what it means to be a Notre Dame football player. All the success he's had after football as well. Here's Columbia rolling right. Columbia gonna run again as he crosses the line of scrimmage and then just picks up 5 and is escorted out of bounds.
You can see it's part of Marshall's plan in this game not to have Columbia just sit in the pocket down after down after down. We saw the naked on the previous down. Now this is a sprint out to the right side. They're trying to keep him on the move. They don't want him to be a sit and duck against this Notre Dame pass rush.
3rd and long. Irish defense looks to the sideline. So too does Marshall. Columbia Protected well, pump fakes, and now fires, and that pass is incomplete. It was dropped. He had Ahmed down the field and just couldn't get his arms underneath it.
Impressive one more time by Columbia. He buys a little time in the pocket, and what you love is he keeps his eyes down the field. The ball is low. It's a catchable ball. Notre Dame benefits. They're off the field on defense.
John McConnell on to punt. Brandon Joseph is back deep. Fair catch called for at the 12-yard line. So Irish defense needed a stop to start this second half. Get a stop. Here comes Buckner. Shot cruising in over the lake there of the Golden Dome. And aerial coverage is brought to you by Geico.
What a place.
So if you're Tommy Rees, how you calling this first drive of the second half for Buckner?
I think get back to doing what you're doing on that touchdown drive. It's got to be part of the quarterback run. Have got to be a part of it and keep getting the ball to Mayer.
On the ground to start, it's Estime. And he gets tripped up after a gain of just 1.
They're going to use the tempo again. They're on the ball.
Buckner gives. It's Estime again with room out in front. You see that bruising style, able to find success. Breaks one loose, picks up a first down. See if it gets this Notre Dame offense in rhythm.
The first couple plays, it's always interesting. They typically are a reflection of what was talked about at halftime. And they said, let's get the offensive line to control the line of scrimmage and hand it to the big guy. They did that in the first 2 snaps. Good start for Notre Dame on this drive.
Gain of 15 for Estime. Now Buckner to the air, and that pass is complete. It's Bauman, and he's hit immediately. Picks up 3.
Notre Dame likes to use a lot of 12 personnel. 1 back, 2 tight ends. We know Michael Mayer, but Kevin Bauman's that second tight end. Kid out of Red Bank Catholic in New Jersey, the same school that produced Quentin Nelson.
Here's Estime. Back up the middle. Good yardage. Irish ahead of the sticks, something they were struggling with in the first half, and Estime starting to get downhill.
Still using that same formula of tempo and hand it to the big guy and control the line of scrimmage. By the way, Red Bank Catholic also produced Al Golden, defensive coordinator for the Fighting Irish. Interesting here on the 3rd and 1, they go back to the huddle. Had been using tempo. On the 3rd and short, they go huddle. They line the pistol. Also interesting, Chris Tyree into the backfield. Buckner rolls to his right. Tyree out there on a route. Buckner's going to carry it himself, and he gets that first down. Scrambling for it. You know, Zora talked about Tyler Buckner, and they can't even play Scrabble in their family anymore because of his competitiveness. You see it when he's out on the move as a running quarterback. Right there were a lot of white shirts around him. He knew what he needed. 3rd and 1. Somehow, some way, he's going to get it, puts his foot in the ground. It's a big 3rd down conversion for the Irish.
Kobe coming.
Now 4 pass catchers to the left side of Buckner, Estime in the backfield. Fires it out there. This is Styles, Lorenzo Styles, who hesitates for a second and then goes and picks up 7 yards.
Hey, we've seen Marshall have a lot of success on those bubble screens to the field. Notre Dame trying to do the same thing. Styles' strength is run after catch. They've gotten to him a few times on some shorter routes. Give him a chance to make some plays after he catches it.
Back up on the ball and back to the passing game. So Styles tripped coming out of his break. Buckner fires, and the pass goes just beyond him.
Another one of those 3rd and shorts. 3rd and 2 right now for the Irish. Got a little tangled there coming out of his break. Notre Dame in the huddle on the 3rd and short. I could see this being 4 down territory if they don't make it.
Notre Dame 3 for 7 on 3rd down. Bring Jaden Thomas in motion. Buckner, Estime, and he tries to rumble ahead, but just gets a yard. He's stopped up short by that Marshall defensive front. See if they want to go punt here, if they want to stay aggressive, as Freeman said.
A lot of tight ends out on the field, and they just try to hammer them. But again, that movement of the Marshall defensive line, slanting inside, can be disruptive. They're not as big as Notre Dame is on the offensive line, but they're quick and they slant. It's a good play by the Marshall front there.
4th and 1 and a massive moment in this game. Buckner, Estime, spun around.
I don't know, Jack.
Going to depend on the spot.
I don't know. What Coach Madden used to say, right foot, left foot spot.
Marshall had people all around the football. Players were everywhere. Estime tried to spin for it. Not sure that football ever got there.
We have a pretty good view at it. We're literally right on the line to gain. I'm not sure.
Got hard to see exactly where Estime was. You like the decision to go for it there?
Well, there's no doubt they were going to try to be aggressive and attack. They ran it on the 3rd and short, probably with the mindset of, hey, we can get closer and we'll go for it on 4th. So I like the thinking. And at some point you say, hey, you got to come off the ball and make a yard for us. Jack, I don't think he made it.
This is going to be close. Here come the chains. Could be very close, and he did not get there. Wow.
Give this Marshall defense credit. 3rd and short, they make a stop. 4th and short, they make a stop. Running to the ball. Love their spirit, love their enthusiasm. The Thundering Herd getting after it. Got to keep the hands at 10 and 2 on that one, Jack.
No kidding. No kidding. Irish need their hands at 10 and 2 right
they
now.
Sure do.
End around. And this is stopped immediately and stopped in the backfield. Cam Hart from his corner spot up there. Saw Jacob Lacey getting involved. Notre Dame defense rising to the occasion so far in the 2nd half.
When your corners set the edge and tackle, you have a chance to be a tough physical defense. Excellent job by Cam Hart there. They have to win the perimeter. Off to a good start here in the 2nd half.
Twins stacked to either side of Columbia, and Columbia takes it under center. Looks like a trip play here. That's Keaton, who's looking to pass. Now he's running down the sideline. Keaton's still on his feet inside the 25. They were looking for trickery. DJ Brown finally makes the stop. Very wise play by Keaton to keep it himself.
You saw it right away. Keaton was way back behind the quarterback. It was double pass. But this guy's magic with the ball in his hands.
Oh, yeah.
When he doesn't like it, he takes off. Hard for Notre Dame to track him down. Big play for Marshall.
It's an all-conference punt returner in Keaton. Now Columbia to Layburn. Layburn falls forward for a gain of 4.
Absolutely love the decision by Keaton. When he doesn't have it, he takes a breath, and then here he goes. Excellent blocking in front of him, but he does the rest. And you said it, he's a punt returner. You saw those skills right there.
Tell you, the pump fake worked too.
It sure did.
Leah foul bid on him. 2nd and 6. Columbia rolls right, has a man complete in his running back. It's Layburn. Close to that 1st down line. Yards short where they mark him. Brandon Joseph made the stop.
I absolutely love the mix by Clint Trickett, the offensive coordinator for Marshall. They're just doing so many different things that are challenging this Notre Dame defense.
Including this pace. Layburn with the carry, with the 1st down.
And really throughout this ball game, never losing sight of Layburn. He's their best offensive player besides Columbia. 19 carries in this ball game. So they're getting out to the perimeter. They're doing stuff like double pass and naked and all these different kinds of things. But all the while, Layburn one more time. Layburn one more time to quiet down this defense.
We got Fancher in the game. So this is the backup quarterback who is a tremendous running option for them. Something on Al Golden's mind coming into the game. One of their keys of emphasis. Now Fancher downhill. And Fancher putting his fingerprints on this football game as he did in the second half in week number 1.
Fancher came into the game last week against Norfolk State, and he looked like Barry Sanders.
I'm with you.
They couldn't stop the guy, and Al Golden talked about Columbi, but the next name out of his mouth was Fancher. They like him down here in the low red zone.
He's dealing with an illness earlier in the week. Didn't know if they would have him, and they do. This time it's Payne, and Payne swung down. Ademilola. That time it's Jason Ademilola.
Jason Ademilola is a disruptive player. He's quick off the ball. He shoots gaps. He defeats blocks. That's a big play because it's been all Marshall on this drive. They've had Notre Dame on their heels. You make a tackle for loss like that and put them in a third down situation, it can swing the momentum of the entire ball game.
They keep Fancher in the game on this 3rd and 6. Fancher with his legs turns it downhill, and he's just shy of that first down line.
Decision for Charles Huff.
Ooh, they're going to kick it. What do you think?
That's interesting. I think he's done a good job not succumbing to the temptation of let's go for it, the emotion of it. He took points before the half. He's taking points now. He's seen the big picture of the ball game. Every decision in context, Jack. They've done a good job on defense slowing down Notre Dame. These points are valuable to Marshall.
And Veerhoff missed that extra point. It's why it's 9-7. He got back on track with a field goal in the first half late. Hits another here. 12-7 Marshall. First points of this second half.
Nothing like the home team.
Marie and the team. I'm off down there to Dallas.
Yeah,
spend some time with Hot Rod, Rodney Harrison.
You need some restaurant recommendations?
I love him. I would love him. So here's Veerhoff following his second field goal of the game. Chris Tyree and Styles back deep and won't matter. Touchback.
Hey, a big part of this thing is trying to figure out what you can get to. Look at Tommy Reese up in the press box and the gamut of emotions. He's trying to figure it out. Tommy Reese is a good football coach, but he's got to try to find the formula for success here for Notre Dame. Marshall's given them everything they can handle. They've thrown their best fastball, and they haven't gone away. They're going to keep coming. Notre Dame has to respond.
Buckner gives. This is Logan Diggs, who goes to the outside and is escorted out of bounds quickly. It's Green McKnight there to meet him. And you thought that this Notre Dame offensive line might just, based on their size, be able to move Marshall up front. Estime, 10 carries, 33 yards. Diggs now 6 carries, 7 yards. Tyree, 1 attempt, 7 yards. They just have not been able to move him.
Really been impressed with Lance Guidry, the defensive coordinator, what they've done. They play fast. A lot of guys sprinting to the football. There's a lot of white hats around the ball every time they carry it. They play with the right kind of spirit. They've taken it to Notre Dame in the run game all day long.
And Buckner only over 100 yards, 101 in the pick. Now Buckner brought down after gaining 2, just trying to scramble for it. That was Eli Neal, one of their best linebackers.
Notre Dame's going to be on the ball. Marshall substituting guys in. Find themselves in a 3rd and 8. This has been a pressure area for Marshall. They're not afraid to play man-to-man. They're not afraid to attack and bring some heat. See what Lance Guidry dials up here.
Chris Tyree, who has some receiving ability, standing next to Tyler Buckner. 3 for 8 on 3rd down in this game so far.
Showing pressure.
Sure are.
And the
pressure comes. Buckner trying to stand tall, and that's Mayer who is held up. He's trying to come out of his break. He's got Green McKnight there in coverage, and he held him, grabbing him the whole way.
The Marshall coaches love Green McKnight. They love his potential and ceiling, but he's a raw player right now.
Pass interference. Defense number 4. The penalty is an automatic first down at the spot of the foul.
Anytime the officials, Terry McCauley, see that cloth, they see that grab and that blue shirt stripe, they're going to call it every time, aren't they?
Well, Jason, if it materially restricts the receiver, absolutely, which that one most definitely did.
Yes.
I'll say. Holding him for 4 yards straight. Now a 1st and 10. Notre Dame needed something offensively. Buckner looking deep. He's done this often. It's Michael Mayer right back to Mayer. And Mayer inside the 35-yard line. Irish needed a spark. Go to your best player, and Mayer delivers.
Love it. It's a little switch release down into the boundary. Mayer running up what they call the red line, the outside part of the field. Little play action. They screw up the man-to-man coverage. Mayer, the best player down the sidelines, and Buckner delivered a strike.
Gain of 30, working on Green McKnight again, twice on this drive. This time Tyree. Tyree with space, and that is how he operates best, close to that 1st down line, and gain of 9.
It's the coach's job to dial stuff up and get guys open. It's the player's job to make the plays. Tyler Buckner to Michael Mayer. Then you spit it out to Tyree. Get that guy in space. Notre Dame rolling. It's a good mix by Tommy Rees. Buckner looking more and more comfortable.
Well, hard count and back to the sideline for the play. Going to give Michael Mayer a breather here. Bauman, the tight end. Diggs, the tailback. Fake it to Diggs. Now Buckner keeps it himself. Room in front. And Buckner has the 1st down, steps out of bounds, and doesn't even end up taking the hit. That was Micah Abraham who was there to push him out.
It's been the best play for Notre Dame all day long. Tyler Buckner does an excellent job simply being disciplined to his reads. When 55 goes down the line of scrimmage to defend the run, he pulls the ball. He has the quickness and the athleticism and speed to capture the edge. Tommy Rees just needs to keep mixing that play in. It's been the given for the Notre Dame offense all day long.
35 seconds remain in the 3rd quarter. Holden stays, the true freshman tight end. Checks in with Mayer. Buckner, play action. He's rolling right.
Love it.
And has a completion. It's Bauman. Bauman in the game. Bauman lowers that shoulder. Down to the 1 goes Bauman.
Jack, 13 personnel. 3 tight ends in the game. You think you're going to run it. Notre Dame goes naked. Everyone runs with Michael Mayer.
On the ball here.
Keep those tight ends out there. Let's hammer them.
As Tommy Rees loves to do after a big play. Right back on the ball. Give it to Diggs. Up and over the top. And Diggs, depending on the spot, awful close. Refs say just short as he went airborne over the pile.
3rd quarter.
And that will wrap up the 3rd quarter. Take a break. Need one more look. Right down the goal line. Marshall leads 12-7.
Here's the naked. Bauman sneaking in behind. They call it the old Chief route. He gives it to him. The shoulder goes down. A good stop by Marshall. We're headed to the 4th.
By Geico. Aerial coverage on the last run brought to you by Logan Diggs, who is just short of the goal line. 2nd and goal now. Bring in Sherwood, his fullback position. And they'll go quarterback sneak right across the goal line. Touchdown, Notre Dame. You see Marcus Freeman holding up the 2. Holding up the 2.
Love the call by Tommy Rees. Let your big guys up front go to work and put Davis Sherwood right behind in a tight fullback alignment. Buckner gets low, gets in behind the offensive line. Sherwood pushes from behind. A good surge by the Fighting Irish. Now they're going for 2.
Summer of bench press paying off for Sherwood. 2-point try now. Shotgun look. Buckner rolls to his right. Buckner has room out in front. And Buckner in for the 2. Irish lead by 3.
Big-time drive and a great finish. They go naked. Get Tyler Buchner out in space. That's what he does best. Big drive, big two-point conversion for the Irish.
Buchner, 3 career pass touchdowns, 5 career rushing touchdowns. Got one there when Notre Dame needed it most in the two-point conversion to go along with it.
His legs have sparked them on their best drives in this game. Certainly the case on that last touchdown drive.
This is Yoakum, the nice kickoff, and it goes over the head of Keaton for the touchback. So we're checking on Columbi, who was getting some work over on the sideline. Saw Cam Fancher come into the game, the backup quarterback. Columbi looks like he's okay, and back into the game he will come.
It's going to be fun to see the approach that Clint Trickett, the offensive coordinator for Marshall, takes on this drive. There's been a good mix of run and pass and screen and movement all throughout this ball game. This is a critical drive for them. They have to respond. Down 3, 14:57 to go. Charles Huff, they asked him before the ball game, would you take this situation? He'd say absolutely.
I'll say. Here's Labor, big hole off the left side. He breaks straight through it for a first down on a first down carry.
The guy's got juice now. Good job up front by this Marshall offensive line. There's a big hole. Labor knows how to get through it. They've run the ball consistently well throughout the game.
No time for replays in this game. Back up to the line, back to Labor. And remember, they're playing without Rasheen Ali. 23 rushing touchdowns. That's top of the FBS. Trying to replace it, not bad when you have a 5-star transfer who comes in like Labor.
It's really a great story. Hasn't played in a year and a half, and the opportunity that Charles Huff has given him, and he's embracing the heck out of it.
Second and 7. Columbi standing tall in the pocket, protected well, has a man out there in Montgomery, but skipped it to him. Incomplete.
Ball's a little low.
Close.
Boy, Terry McCauley, what do you think there?
Close.
Looked like that ball was moving around, but that hand, that left hand, looked like it was up underneath it.
Doesn't appear so far they're going to take a look at that.
They're not going to look at it. It's 3rd and 8.
Second and so in this situation, they're 2 for 9 on 3rd down. 3rd and 7 here. Columbi, pressure in his face. He's hit, and he's dropped in the backfield. It's Ramon Henderson dashing through, gets a shot on Columbi, and puts him on his back.
Hey, talked a lot about the pressure that Marshall's defense has brought all game long. Watch Ramon right here. Bringing heat from the secondary. Out Golden dials one up. Ramon Henderson gets in. Ooh, looks like that ball hit the ground.
Yep, totally.
Looks like that ball hit the ground. It's a good call by the officials.
Yep.
Good job not overturning that one. And a great response by Notre Dame on defense to get off the field.
Absolutely. Loss of 7. Brandon Joseph back deep with some space in front of him. Joseph, gas pedal for Joseph. Now across the 40, still on his feet. Out to the 43-yard line. Finally gets an opportunity for a return. Notre Dame has the lead. Notre Dame has the ball when we come back. Sure have 15-12, have the lead, have the football here in the 4th quarter.
How good is that? Pure joy on the faces of these Notre Dame faithful. Beautiful day here in South Bend. They're loving their team, bouncing back and responding the right way throughout this ball game.
Tyree in the backfield, flip it out to Lorenzo Styles, and Styles tries to turn upfield with Andre Sam there to bring him down.
Notre Dame on the ball again, trying to keep pressure on this Marshall defense. We talked about the different tempos they use. Tommy Rees has done a good job mixing in the quarterback run, mixing in the quick screen stuff that Tyler's comfortable with.
Michael Mayer was heating up. See if they go back to him. Lined up to the right of Buchner. Now Buchner scans, going to Mayer, and goes right over Mayer's head. Throw a little high and incomplete.
He had him. It's a deep over route by Michael Mayer. He was a big target running through the middle of the defense. Little pressure in Tyler's face. Couldn't finish. He's high with the throw. And again, they find themselves in a 3rd and long. I'm betting money Marshall's coming after him.
Showing that pressure. As you said.
Now they're clapping. They might be clapping out of it. It's the old you check, we check. Notre Dame checks. Now we're getting to a zone on Marshall. Good communication on both sides.
Just bring 3 after Buckner. Buckner stands in there. He's got 2 receivers in the exact same spot. Alonzo Styles winds up catching it. And Styles is a yard short of the line to gain. Had Jaden Thomas in the area as well.
He is going to be short here. 2 guys in the same area. Styles plucks it. Good run after catch. They're going fast on the 4th and 1.
Right back up to the line. 4th down. You have a whistle and a timeout to Marshall. How does that happen with 2 receivers in the exact same spot like that?
You certainly want better spacing than that, but love Lorenzo Styles saying, I'm going to get this thing. The run after catch was big to make it 4th and short. But it was a great look at the communication on both sides. Marshall was going to blitz. It was going to be an all-out blitz, what we call cover 0. No safety in the middle of the field. They were bringing everybody. One more rusher than Notre Dame could handle. They saw that Tyler Buckner checked out of it to get to something, and then you saw them all clapping, right? They're all clapping, which means we're going to go to zone. So good communication on both sides. It's a high level of football. Good execution by Notre Dame once the ball was snapped.
It was one of the first questions that we asked Marcus Freeman is, what kind of a 4th down coach are you? And he was very clear. He said, this game, we're at home. 4th down, we're going for it. 4th and 1s and 2s. He's stayed true to that all game so far. Struggled on 4th down. He's going to go for it again.
Hey, we talked about that gray zone earlier.
Right back in it.
Yeah, this is gray zone too. These 4th downs. I think he's doing the right thing here. You want to go for it on 4th and 1. Keep this drive alive. And if you don't make it, you trust your defense to make a stop.
Just across midfield. Styles in motion. On the ground, it's Tyree falling forward and has enough to move those chains.
It's amazing the impact when you use that fly sweep motion. Styles working from the left side of the formation across. It just takes the edge off the defense a little bit. Excellent work by Tyree getting that shoulder down and making that 1st down.
Give credit to Lugg moving his man off the spot. Buckner on 1st down. Quick pass. It's batted at the line of scrimmage. Almost came right back to Buckner. Lucky it falls on the ground.
Hey,
Damian Barber there getting a paw on it.
I'll tell you what. You take a look at Micah Abraham. He had the interception earlier on the quick route. Buckner got lucky here because he was driving on it outside. You see him outside driving on it? He thought he might have another one. Those are unanswered prayers, Jack, right there.
He's trying to get that thing out quick. This is Tommy Reese was talking about. He's trying to fire it out of that hand. Damian Barber just read it. Second and 10. Back to Tyree. Picked up the 4th down. Now Tyree spinning. Amazing moves there by Tyree, what he's capable of. Andre Sam, who made the stop, and a player down on the field for Marshall.
Tyree is such a good athlete. His balance, his quickness, his change of direction. They use him a lot of different ways. He's that change of pace back for them. Good job bouncing it to the outside. Spins. Keeps his balance, falling forward. Each of these backs at Notre Dame, they have a little bit of a different role. Tyree is kind of the space player. He'll line up in the backfield, but you'll see him line up in the slot. When you talk about Audric Estime, he's the big guy. He's the hammer. And then Logan Diggs coming back from the injury. He's probably the most complete back, can do both. He's working his way back to 100%.
Sam really playing a tough game over to the sideline. We'll check on him.
You love his competitiveness, his instincts. They got him playing that nickel spot so he can be really active around the ball, both in coverage as a blitzer and in the run game. they need him down the stretch.
3rd and 3. Tyree stays in the game. And penalty markers fly, and that is going to be a
false start. Offense number 55. 5-yard penalty. It's still 3rd down.
A killer penalty on a 3rd down. That's Patterson.
Hey, look at the percentages in college football and pro football of converting 3rd and 3 versus converting 3rd and 8. Killer penalty by arguably the best lineman that Notre Dame has.
Call him the heartbeat of that offensive line. It's week 1 for him after missing that game against the Buckeyes. Different looking play call now on 3rd and long. They're just taking their time there, and they'll wind up taking a timeout. What's up with the confusion there, you think? Think about this one?
Again, we've been talking about the different tempos that Notre Dame uses. At times in this game, we've seen them go fast, get on the ball and snap the ball quickly. It's been effective for them. But then they get on the ball quickly and they try to decipher what the defense is doing. And that's why you see them looking over to the sidelines. Got caught up in the communication there. They took too long. It's a good look at Buckner here. Again, getting that quarterback run game going. It's really been the most consistent and effective part of this offense. And Tommy Rees has done a good job getting Tyler to use his feet a few different ways. The naked game has come alive for completions. And again, for quarterback runs, that's a 2-point conversion right there. That's when he's his most comfortable. Kind of getting out there and getting a little bit gritty and finishing forward and feeling some contact. You want to get him to play as naturally as possible.
Michael Mayer, bottom of your screen. Same thought, being patient, taking their time. Now move Michael Mayer into the slot. Buckner looking to the right side and fires this ball out of bounds. Pressure got there quickly. You had Owen Porter, who was in cleanly and hit Buckner before he could get the football where he wanted to.
Yeah, it looked like a miscommunication outside. Lindsey going deep and Buckner throwing the out route. Clearly not on the same page. Take a look at the pressure, the inside move. Punt team has to step up here, create some field position. Then the defense has to go out there and get a stop for the Irish.
John Sott has been pretty good at pinning the opponent deep and does so here. To the 6-yard line is where Talik Keaton will signal for the fair catch. 3-point Irish lead, 4th quarter. Who had started this game hot. Second half just 2 for 4 for 4 yards. Still finds himself right in the thick of it. Down 3, Notre Dame Stadium, 4th quarter. Football in his hands. Ground game to start. It's Laburn. Irish defense better in this second half, and the front makes the play there.
Jack, we talked to Charles Huff earlier in the week. He had a quiet confidence about himself, talking about this opportunity to come to Notre Dame. And that's reflected in how this team has played all day long.
Off the right side, here's Laburn, unable to get there, trying to gain the edge. Riley Mills, a young stud, somebody they think they're really going to get a lot of good football in. Now starting to rise into a serious role. He was on the edge there, brought him down.
This Notre Dame defense has stepped up. You talked about Columbia's numbers in the second half. They've done a good job containing the Marshall passing game. Now they're slowing the run down. 2 good stops there. Marshall's in a 3rd and long. Looks like zoned by Notre Dame.
3rd and 10. Columbia rolls right, complete. This is his tight end, Devin Miller, cuts it back up inside. Now Miller picks up the 1st down. They said he's the Tim Duncan of football. Doesn't do anything great, but does everything right. Did it right that time.
Love it. They still don't want to put Columbia in a situation where these Notre Dame pass rushers can come get them. So they go naked. Naked on 3rd and 8. Spit it out to Devin Miller. A good perimeter block and a huge third down pickup for the Thundering Herd.
That was Stacy Marshall Jr., the other tight end, leading the way for Miller. Offensive line leads the way this time, and Leyburn picks up 8.
And that should take Leyburn over the 100-yard mark. Had 100 last week against Norfolk State. And he's getting better and better and better as this game goes on. He's been the bell cow for him all day long.
From the 25. Clock dips under 8:30 in this fourth quarter. Here's Leyburn trying the right side, cuts it back up inside, breaks one tackle, and picks up that first down.
We touched on it earlier. When you run that receiver across in that fly sweep motion, it just captures the eyes of the linebackers. Here he goes one more time, and it's just Leyburn up inside. And it just takes a little edge off of this Notre Dame defense. And Leyburn one more time, 26 carries, 111 yards. He's been fantastic.
So they'll give him a breather here, talking about Leyburn. Columby drops. Columby has a man complete. This is Keaton in space. One of the fastest players on this Marshall team out there. Midfield goes Keaton.
And that's what Keaton does. He's their punt returner. He's their run after catch guy. Columby gets it out of his hand quickly, puts it on his front shoulder, and Keaton does the rest. He loves being in space. Dynamic player with the ball in his hands.
Gain of 16 there for Keaton. Going to bring McMillan in motion. They fake it to him. Give the ball to Payne instead, going right off the hip of McMillan. He picks up 6 yards.
You would think in a game like this that the bigger, stronger team, Notre Dame, over time would wear down Marshall. That's not the case. Marshall running the ball like this in the fourth quarter, 4 and 5 yards a crack. Pretty darn good.
Here's McMillan in motion once again. The exact same play, but it's Leyburn carrying the football. Leyburn still on his feet. Cuts it back to the left side behind Clarence Lewis, and he's inside the 10. Couple Irish defenders missed tackles. J.D. Bertrand there. Mickey there as well. Can't get him on the ground.
I can't say enough about this Marshall Thundering Herd football team. They just keep coming. Clint Trick has done an excellent job. Their offensive coordinator playing this game on their terms. Not going to put Columby in situations he can't handle. Consistently running the ball, getting the ball out of his hands.
Gain of 42, and here comes Fancher back into the game. They like to use him in this scenario, down around the goal line. He can really run the football. Fancher keeps it himself and is going nowhere. Jack Kaiser in the backfield and makes the play.
This guy is dynamic when the ball is in his hand. The issue with him is everybody knows it is. So he's not going to surprise the Irish. Columby back in. 2nd and goal. Just set the situation of the game here, Jack. Notre Dame up 3, 6:23 to go. The clock's ticking. Marshall has a chance to go ahead here. Knocking on the door.
Fancher lost his helmet, has to come out of the game. Columby back in at quarterback. Ground game here, trying the right side. It's Leyburn inside the 5-yard line and then brought down.
Charles Huff told us that Leyburn, after having played in a year and a half, had to get himself into football shape. Yeah. He's given him an opportunity to do that today. 28 carries for Leyburn against the Irish.
Leyburn's a long way from driving Uber now.
What a great story.
Sure is. Ethan Payne checks in. 3rd and goal. Columby drops. He's protected well. Plenty of time. All kinds of time. Columby taking his time. Fires to the end zone. Caught for the touchdown. Devin Miller.
Henry Columbia is a sneaky good athlete now. He doesn't like what he sees initially, gets himself out in space, keeps his eyes up the field. Devin Miller, everybody says he just does things the right way. He did it the right way for Marshall there.
Extra point is through, and it's a 19-15 Marshall lead with 5:16 in the fourth.
The mental toughness of Marshall has been impressive. What a response. Layburn first. Columbia on the move to Devin Miller. Wow.
T-Mobile has 5G.
And he is fired up. That was an 11-play, 94-yard drive for the go-ahead touchdown.
He should be fired up.
I'm with you.
This Marshall offense took the ball and ran it and threw it right down their throat for the go-ahead touchdown.
A lot of football left. Chris Tyree lets the ball go over his head for the touchback, and Buckner will start at the 25. See what he's made of here.
It's coach speak, Jack, but it's really all about executing one play at a time. You can't look at the scoreboard. 5:16 doesn't matter. Down 4 doesn't matter. What you need to do is execute ball plays. I'd like to see Tommy Rees keep mixing in that quarterback run. Keep working the perimeter with some of those bubble screens. Keep being patient with the running game. And make sure you get number 87 involved. He's awfully good.
Estime starts as the tailback. Twins to either side of Buckner. Drops on first down. He's looking for Mayer, and that is broken up. You have Bo playing over there in coverage, and he gets the best of Mayer. Throw a little off target.
Looked like that ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage.
Yep.
So any contact that happens down the field goes away once that ball's tipped.
There's Anthony Watts getting a hand in the air. Now Buckner, he's going to scramble with it. Cuts back to the left side, has all kinds of space over there. Buckner still on his feet, and he goes out of bounds, taking somebody to the ground over there with them. Set up a third down and short.
There's going to be a quarterback draw to the right. A lot of white shirts over there. Buckner puts the foot in the ground and winds it all the way back. Now they're at 3rd and 3, and they're on the ball.
The man holding the stick in a bad place, and he's slow back up to his feet. Took big contact from Buckner as he was pushed out of bounds. He's got blood on his face. His cheek is bleeding. Just took a huge shot, Coach. That was E.J. Jackson that shoved Buckner out late. Freeman was there trying to grab him, and boom.
You have no idea, Jack, when you're on that sideline. Sometimes you get caught up watching the action, feeling like there's an invisible fence or something in front of you. And before you know it, this football player is coming at you 100 miles an hour, is in your lap, and you got nothing to do. Hopefully he's okay.
He's bloodied on the sticks before a 3rd and 3. Irish need a touchdown. Estime in the backfield. Mayer in motion.
Looks like man-to-man.
Here's Buckner. Pressure coming. Buckner stands in and fires his ball. Intercepted. Gilmore down the sideline. Pick 6. Gilmore. And the extra point is good. 11-point Marshall lead. 4:35 in the fourth. Wow.
Hey, it's a mirror image. We saw Micah Abraham earlier sit on a route and intercept it. This time it's Stephen Gilmore sitting on one of these little hitch routes. It's excellent coverage. It's tight. It's an unbelievable play on the ball. A hands catch. These guys have a great feel outside. They're playmakers at the corner, and that's the biggest play of the ball game for the Thundering Herd.
I didn't win the lawsuit, but
Stephen Gilmore's 7th interception since 2019. That's a top 5 mark among FBS cornerbacks. Stephon Gilmore's younger brother, savvy, so savvy. Micah Abraham, Donnie Abraham's son, the NFL bloodlines, both have a pick in this game. And how big were they?
They were big-time plays now. It was tight coverage. It was a heck of a catch and a run. Notre Dame still has some life here. They just got to go get one score at a time. You can't score 11 at once. Go get one score. Keep yourself in this game.
.435, pair of timeouts. It appears it's going to be Buckner. Saw Drew Pine over there as well. Buckner back onto the field following the pick six.
Need to have a little bit of a different mentality here. We got to hang out there a little bit. Throwing the ball down the field would be critical. They open up and empty.
Here's Buckner, drops, protected well, firing down the middle, has a man down the field. It's Lorenzo Styles who got his hands on it and just couldn't bring it in. Martin down there defensively, they have not been able to hit these deep shots at all.
Automatic first down.
Penalty marker came out with a roughing the passer there.
It's a big break.
Yep.
Getting the roughing the passer, but you said it, Jack. What a missed opportunity down the field. It's a post. It's for a touchdown. They just miss it. It's an obvious roughing the passer.
Yep.
On Kaufman for Marshall.
Got him low. Here's Buckner. Taking his time. Tyree complete. Tyree spun down. It's Eli Neal making the stop. Now 4:20 remain. Buckner. Down the middle again. Wide open is Michael Mayer. And Michael Mayer down to the 31.
Good poise by Tyler Buckner in this situation. Really taking what the defense has given him. Finds the back and then comes right back. You see Mayer in the middle of the field like that. Give him the ball. Good throw.
Here's Buckner. Now to the left side. It's Mayer again. Steps out of bounds. Stop that clock. He's working on Gilmore.
The biggest mistake you can make in this situation is trying to do too much. You just got to keep executing plays. Boy, he got lucky there. Gilmore drove on it. Good hands catch by Michael Mayer.
And both of those cornerbacks play that aggressive style. They're always looking for picks. One for each. Here's Buckner. Left side. To the ground goes Buckner. Clock's going to wind. Buckner slow back up to his feet, and he's hanging that left arm. Eli Neal made the stop, and Buckner's going to come out of the game. Here comes Drew Pine into the game. And Pine has found success coming in as a reliever. Think about the Wisconsin game a season ago. Cincinnati, when he came in, he played pretty well in that game too. Here's Pine. Scrambles to his right, and this pass is complete and then dropped incomplete. It's Jaden Thomas over there.
The ruling on the field is an incomplete pass. A second down.
Yeah, the body weight of Eli Neal right on that left shoulder of Tyler Buckner. Doctors checking him out. Not an easy situation for Drew Pine to come into, but embrace the opportunity. Michael Mayer back out there, lining the slot on the left-hand side.
Styles and Mayer both to the left of Pine. Now Pine, he is intercepted. It's Owen Porter. Porter had that scoop and score for a touchdown a week ago, and now the interception late in Notre Dame Stadium.
Can't overstate this enough. This team from Huntington, West Virginia, coming in here to South Bend. This is one of the big upsets in college football history in recent years. What a play. They drop back into zone. 55, Owen Porter gets some depth. Pine trying to throw the corner route to Mayer. Look at Ahmad Bradshaw. He's all over Zorich down there in his kilt.
To the ground and stopped immediately. See how Notre Dame wants to use those 2 timeouts.
Charles Huff got the mentality and the mindset of this football team right. Again, a big win last week against Norfolk State, but now you're coming into South Bend against the Fighting Irish, a top 10 team in the nation, and they have not blinked all day long. They started fast, they handled success, they played through adversity. All 3 phases have contributed. They've taken the ball away. The biggest takeaway for me, though, is the spirit that they play with. They love playing football. They compete. It's shown up all day long.
Let's take a flashback to the only time that Marshall beat a top 10 team. And here it was back in '03. Took out Kansas State 27-20. The final score there was State ranked 6th in the country. Coach Huff so impressive. Now Labor. Mills and Leofow there to make the stop. 1 timeout remaining for Notre Dame, and they'll take it.
Yeah, Coach Huff was so much fun for us to visit with the other day, and he talked about the kind of guys who come to Marshall. He said this is not a big TikTok environment, a big Instagram environment. It's Huntington, West Virginia. He wants ball guys. He wants guys who love playing football. Guys like Layburn, guys that have had some adversity in their life. He's offered them an opportunity, a chance to come play. He told them it's going to be tough. It's going to be a grind. He said what's fun is having success. He learned under Coach Saban. Talked about don't look at the scoreboard, don't look at the logo, dominate your opponent for 60 minutes. That's Coach Saban 101. And it's one thing to have that knowledge. It's one thing to share those words, but instill it in your team, that's a whole nother level. And he's done that in his short time at Marshall, and it's been on display all day long here in South Bend.
Really great football history there with Marshall, too. Before this year, 25 FBS seasons, 17 bowl appearances. This story they will tell for a long, long time. Here's Layburn up the middle. Still 2:48 remain. Notre Dame now out of timeouts. Sets up a 4th down. We'll let that clock run.
And for Notre Dame, we're going to find out a lot about this team here in the next 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Keep playing. Keep battling. Keep scratching. Keep clawing. Certainly not what you want out of this day. We all know that. Play through the adversity. Play for 60 minutes. That's what he's trying to instill here with the Irish.
Run that clock all the way down. Down to 2:05. So if you're Marcus Freeman standing over there on the sideline, go back to Ohio State week number 1. It's your home debut. Had the lead in this second half. You see that right there. No coach in Notre Dame history has lost. Started 0-3 at Notre Dame. Head coach in the bowl game, of course, Oklahoma State, Ohio State in week number 1, and then Marshall.
Obviously, it's as high profile a position as there is in college football. Marcus Freeman's a young guy, first head coaching job here. Here's what I know about this guy, though. He's made of the right stuff. He was raised the right way. He knows how to handle success. He knows how to handle adversity. And he's going to respond himself And he's going to help his team respond the right way to this disappointing loss.
Patterson's deepest kick is blocked, though. And it's going to roll to just the 31, 32-yard line. So Notre Dame set up with great field position. So Bo Bauer working his way to the sideline. And Bauer got loose through there. Looks like he's in some pain, but special teams captain. Such a playmaker for them on all special teams. And he got a hand on it.
Keep playing. It's a 60-minute game. Bo Bauer has played 52 games here at Notre Dame, and he plays with that relentless spirit that we're talking about, and he's given Notre Dame a chance. Ball's on the 32-yard line. You're down 11. One score at a time.
Still in this game here, Drew Pine. Pine taking his time, and now pressure arrives, and down goes Pine. Sam Burton there for the sack. Now Pine. One more time. Pressure arrives, spins out, buying extra time. Pine is going to run for it inside the 30 and then steps out of bounds.
Good job using his feet there. You're trying to live for another down. You got to be smart with the football, even in these situations. It's a desperate situation, but you have to maximize this first scoring opportunity. Looks like another four-man rush by Marshall.
3rd and 3. Pine drops. Pine scrambles to his right, and now he's going to throw. This pass is caught by Lorenzo Styles, makes a man miss. So the clock will stop momentarily. How long before you start thinking about a shot to the end zone here?
I think you need to start right now. Take some shots to the end zone, give your guys some opportunities.
Got Mayer slot to the right. Pine taking his time. Now just lofts one into the air, and it's intercepted again. Penalty marker comes out. Got a man down on the field.
Illegal substitution. Defense, more than 12 players, more than 11 players on the field. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Happened earlier in the ball game. A late substitution. A huge break for Notre Dame. Pine has 9 lives.
That ball is just lofted up into the air. So now just 1:02. Starts with the touchdown. Got to get something towards the end zone. No timeouts left for the Irish. Pine looking for Mayer in the end zone. Coverage was there. It's E.J. Jackson blanketing Mayer.
That's the idea, Jack. You referenced it earlier. Take some shots to the end zone. If you don't get them, it's an incomplete pass and the clock stops. No better guy to go to than Michael Mayer on the corner route. Good coverage by Marshall.
And this secondary of Marshall has just been tremendous. Hard matchups. Mayer, Styles. Doesn't matter. Irish missed some deep opportunities. There's some heat. Crushed them late. Now Pine down the middle has Mayer, and he's tackled. And he's just shy of the first down. Clock running. Got to be on the ball quick.
Pressure again by Marshall.
Pine scrambling to his right, and he's brought down. Abraham Beauplan.
Can't get caught with the ball in these situations. The clock just ticks.
Now Pine just looking for a last-second effort here. Hits Mayer, has the touchdown. So lead. Go back to a quarterback run here. What are you calling here, Coach?
It's a good throw here. And a good contested catch by Michael Mayer. Obviously, they're going for 2. quarterback run isn't necessarily Drew Pine's strong suit. You like to give him a chance to get out on the move, a run pass option, some kind of naked. Give him a chance to use his feet out in space, but more importantly, give him some options in the passing game.
Only 14 ticks remain. Here's Pine. He's going to try to scramble and just brought down hard. This Marshall defense, they have risen to the occasion. Martin, Burton, both there to get him for the sack.
DNA of the defense is pressure, pressure, and more pressure. We've seen it all day long. And we've seen it at the big-time moments. It's heat off the edge. Carey and Martin wrapping up Drew Pine. He had no chance.
Expectations so high for Notre Dame, in particular on that offensive line. Felt like they had two great tackles, experience as well. Patterson coming back to play. This has been Marshall just dominating.
It sure has, and hats off to Charles Huff, his coaching staff, and this entire Marshall Thundering Herd program. What a performance to come into South Bend and really dominate the game throughout. They were in control in all phases of this football game right from the get-go. Notre Dame has had their moments, but Marshall has been the better team today.
So prior to the onside kick, Marshall take a timeout and talk about it. Any style of onside kick you like, or onside kick, Hail Mary? That's the hope if you're Notre Dame.
That's the hope. Onside kicks have been harder and harder to get in recent years. You want to get your guys a friendly bounce and hope for a miracle. Good timeout by Charles Huff. You just want to make sure you have this situation covered completely, over communicate it with everybody. You don't want something disastrous to happen.
That ball laying flat on the ground for Groupie. He hits a really good onside shot. Had a chance for it, and Marshall recovers.
They kicked the spinner, Jack.
Yep.
They had an opportunity across that 10-yard mark. They had a chance.
It's Gamage.
Excellent work by Gamage going to attack it. Once it crosses that line, you go get it. He's a big body guy, covered it up. Good execution by the Thundering Herd.
See the green of all those Marshall fans over there. Celebration starting to begin.
Lonely feeling for Marcus Freeman right there. But again, he's made of the right stuff. He's the leader of this football program. And starting with his comments to his football team and to the media, he needs to show everybody that. There's no doubt that he will.
Columbia knees it down, and Coach Huff, a moment that he will remember forever.
Coach Huff worked for Nick Saban at Alabama. I had the opportunity to work for Nick Saban with the Miami Dolphins. He used to always talk about bringing his team to Notre Dame and not worrying about touchdown Jesus. Coach Huff and I talked about that the other day. He clearly instilled that in his football team. Don't get caught up in the history and tradition of Notre Dame. Just come play football. His team did that from the start and for 60 minutes. An incredibly impressive performance by the Marshall Thundering Herd.
Let's go down to Zora standing by with Coach Huff.
Coach Huff, your team comes into Notre Dame Stadium and beats the Irish on the road. What did it take to get it done today?
Well, one, really proud of the way the players competed. Notre Dame's a hell of a football team. Hats off to them. But our guys all week, we just talked about controlling what we can control. You know, we got good players too. And we knew if we didn't beat ourselves, we had a chance. And the kids did a heck of a job. Staff did a heck of a job. I couldn't be more proud.
The last time Marshall beat a top 10 opponent, 2003, Kansas State. Now it's 2022, Notre Dame. What's the significance of this win for the program?
Yeah, I think where we are in college football, you know, it's a different game. But the history and tradition of Marshall, you know, we show up, we play hard, and these games are not as big to us as other people because our kids stayed locked into the process. You know, they didn't get too caught up in the rankings and all of that, and the coaches and staff did a great job of keeping them focused.
You've got more than 40 newcomers on this team between transfers and freshmen. How do you think some of the experience of those transfers helped you today?
Yeah, I think it helps. You know, a lot of these guys have been in these environments, and they help kind of ease some of the anxiety. But we're a good team, man. Obviously, we got a lot to clean up, and this doesn't mean that we win every other game. But we played well enough today to win, and that's the goal. And we go back to the drawing board, get everything cleaned up.
Kaylon Layburn, a year ago, driving Uber, was in junior college, working at a lumber yard. Now, over 160 yards in this football game, beating Notre Dame. What about his story?
Yeah, you know, the good Lord gives you opportunities, you know, if you just keep working hard. He's one of the many stories on our team. I'm so happy for him. O-line did a heck of a job of opening up the holes. He's been focused since he got to campus, and it paid off today.
Congrats, Coach.
Thank you. Go Herd.
Zora, Coach, thank you very much. And you got the feeling he was not intimidated at all about coming onto this stage, and he put on a show.
We felt that when we talked to Charles Huff this week, and what he said about guys taking advantage of opportunities and overcoming adversity and working hard and good things happening. You know, those values that you teach your kids, those values that we learned when we were growing up, they still apply, and they apply today. And that's what the DNA of this program is. Awfully impressive performance by Charles Huff and the Thundering Herd.
And don't miss the post-game show on Peacock. Up next, up on the West Coast, local news. Jason Garrett, Zora Stevenson, our entire crew. I'm Jack Collinsworth saying thanks for watching Notre Dame football on NBC. The Herd come in, and the Herd get one of the biggest wins in program history.
Brady.